All right, and let's get us started. Hello and welcome to episode, I believe this is 13 of Regiment on the Run. If this is not episode 13, then I have just cursed us with terrible luck.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna start with a whole bunch of bullshit going on. Bullshit number one. Dan, you're getting an intervention from the CRT. You were going in order to grab some supplies when you found the entire CRT in there waiting for you. Also, there's an owl perched on your head. There is no context provided for this.
Zan shoos the owl away because Zan's a jerk.
Fair enough. So, York folds his arms and says, "Then we have something very important to tell you."
Zan just kind of eyes York dubiously. Yes? What is it?
York leans in, puts on a grim expression, and says, "You have been eating too much scorpion." And everyone around the tent nods.
What? It's. Would you rather me eat that nasty freaking turkey leg crap?
No, I'm just pointing out that there are other foods.
Yeah, but scorpion. How often have you eaten a giant scorpion?
Baron speaks up and says, "Not very often, considering that you usually eat the portions that are cooked on that particular day."
I don't eat all of them. You can have some too. I'm not that. Just because I eat them
I'm
doesn't
just
mean you can have
imagining
some.
everyone else going to get some, and Zan is just looking at them.
Yeah,
I just have a.
because Zan's a jerk.
I know. I just have a resting bitch face. Okay. Literally, I can't. I'm a bird. I can't make facial expressions. I don't have cheek muscles. I don't
You
have.
just have to angle your head. That's all.
Zara raises a hand and says, "I always have a resting, snarling, angry face, but people seem to do okay with me."
Zan has no response to that. He just kind of like beak open, just kind of finger up, lowers his finger, closes his mouth.
I cannot take this, and actually starts laughing, and then everyone else bursts out laughing too.
Catechus comes in to tell you that the scorpion's ready.
Zan reaches a hand while they're laughing. He reaches a hand into his back pocket and pulls out a little bit of scorpion jerky and starts nibbling on it.
Pep actually does step forward, right over the map, completely destroying the map. Now you can no longer tell where you're going. And she says, "Actually, we had something else that we wanted to talk to you about, if that's okay."
Sure, go ahead.
That was very muffled.
Because he's eating scorpion.
Eating the scorpion jerky.
Come on, roll with me, DM. Roll with me.
Yo, okay. So, Pep
Theater
says,
of the mind. Theater of the mind.
Pep says, so Zan, based on the route that we're taking, it's looking like we're going to pass through a little bit of a trading post town. We were all going to separate out and figure out some things that we were going to buy in order to equip ourselves for combat. But we actually had another thing in mind.
Okay.
As she gives you an impish little grin and says, "We want you to do some shopping for us. Because after all, not so very long ago, you vanished with no trace, and we all thought that you were dead."
Come on. Literally nothing can kill me. I'm invincible. I'm practically immortal.
Oh, sure, you say that now.
But also, didn't I give you guys like a whole lot of spending money after that to make up for it? You know? Yeah.
Well, yes, we did get a little bit of extra coin. The thing is, though, that we're actually having trouble figuring out how to spend it all. If you could actually pick out some stuff that would be good for us to buy, that would be appreciated. And she leans in and just kind of like taps on his leg and says, "It would be a nice apology for all the stress you put us through."
What? How does she tap on Zan's leg with the
Zan's
spear?
leg.
With the spear or with her hand?
With her hand.
Okay, because I was about to say if she tapped with the spear, she just broke his leg because he's hollow bones. You know.
You don't have a constitution modifier, you fuck. Fuck you.
Well, yeah, fair enough.
I'm invincible. Leg breaks from spear
Breaks
tap.
bone immediately. All right, I'll see what I can do.
I'm just imagining York going, also, I lost all my money at poker.
That's because you have a shitty poker face, York.
I do pretty good against the soldiers.
York scowls. This actually is in character. York did actually lose at poker, and he does mention that, yeah, he went a little bit scouting, and it turns out that up ahead there are a lot of adventurer folks, and some of them are much better at cards than York is.
Why would you ever try to play cards against anybody else? York, you specifically.
I imagine he's been doing pretty good against the Empire soldiers. They don't know the
Because-
rules.
He's been doing
Because they're
excellently
idiots.
against the Empire soldiers, mostly because all the soldiers are too scared to win against him.
But also, they don't have money.
Actually, we've been giving them gold because Earth's
Ah.
not paying them their soul crystals, and we weren't using the gold for anything.
Well, I mean, they kind of need a wage. Time to teach them the value of currency.
Harry's been trying to.
Well, I mean, most of it's wound up with York.
Oh boy. Speaking of Terry, is it okay if I cut over to Terry for just a moment?
No, Zan wants the attention for the rest of the episode, please.
What?
Just kidding. It was a joke. Bad joke.
Okay.
I'm rolling. I'm
Terry
rolling
and
natural.
Toad.
I rolled a natural
Terry.
1.
I just didn't hear you.
Oh. Okay.
I
Tough
wasn't
crowd. Tough
offended.
crowd.
Dang it, Becky, why are you like this? Okay, Terry and Toad. Terry, you have a problem, and that is that Toad is trying to fuse himself into the neck of the killed dragon and is refusing to be removed from it. And he keeps insisting that now he is the terror of the night. And also
Terry?
that he does not want to let go of the dragon, and also you need to feed him more.
Harry's just like, Toad, we gave you the thing's brain. That's all you need. I'll let you eat the flesh, but you're not taking the body over. It's gonna decompose on you.
And we need the scales.
Toad says that he has some interesting ideas about ice magic and formaldehyde.
It's still gonna decompose on you no matter what.
Toad says that sometimes dead things don't decompose, like Earth's moral code.
It's just unfortunately the moral code is a concept, not a living creature, Toad.
That's gonna be a persuasion check, Terry.
Alright, hold on a second.
I've already killed Becky.
Come here, Terry. Your sheet won't load. There we go. Alright, persuasion, right?
Okay, that's a 14. Toad considers this and says that he wants a second opinion. And he knows just who to ask.
You
He's gonna ask
Ert?
Uncle Ert.
Oh no.
Just, no, it's not. No. No, you are not asking Ert. I know you only want to ask Ert because he's an enabler.
Toad says that you don't know that for sure.
Yes, because he's known Ert longer than Toad has known Ert.
Everybody knows this for sure. Even people that just met Ert know it for sure.
It's circumstantial. This wouldn't hold up in court.
Harry is not letting Toad keep the dragon body as a body.
We need the scale and the leather in order to make the armor we were talking about.
We need the dragon. We need those parts.
But if you get them, then Toad doesn't have them.
Well, there's plenty of dragon hide, so what if we take some of that and make a tiny suit of armor for Toad?
Harry, roll another persuasion.
For Swood.
Okay. 18. Toad considers and then says, deal. And the dragon body immediately slumps to the ground and Toad squelchily separates from the thing's neck. It is incredibly disgusting.
Yeah.
Sure, he's going, well, okay, now we just need to find a place where we can get all of this made.
Well, thankfully, you are coming up on a merchant town pretty soon. So hopefully, one of the many merchants there will be able to do something about this. Yes, thank you. I appreciate that.
Terry is curious and asks Toad what he's learned from the dragon brain.
Toad says that he has learned how to use all sorts of tools, like bombs and the night.
Bombs?
And the fear in their hearts.
Wait a minute. Was this dragon a wannabe Batman?
Yes.
That was the entire joke last time.
I totally missed that until just now. I killed Batman.
You killed Batman.
I punched Batman out of the sky. Dude, Zan is awesome. Okay, sorry. I just had to. Wow. That's a wannabe Batman, so maybe I'm not awesome. Maybe I'm just a loser.
Oh boy. In any case, you guys, we're gonna cut over to the last of our party in the little lead up to this. So Ert, hi, how you doing?
I don't get it. Ert's just sitting there. He's looking at the ostrich he summoned. He has no idea how you're supposed to ride this.
So
Does
Ert,
it have a saddle on it?
That is Ert's attempt at a saddle. Go give it a try.
oh boy. So Ert, you have found a centaur. What kind of questions are you asking this centaur?
Where did the centaur freaking come from?
Yeah, I think that needs to be established first. Why is a centaur?
How is a centaur?
He was walking along the road on her own business. Ert probably mistook her for someone who was, riding a horse and flagged her down.
Oh, it was while Ert was chasing the last ostrich.
Yes.
They move faster than Ert does, just so
They
you
do.
all know.
That's the whole point of having.
And
them
they're also
together.
better in melee than Ert, which is scary.
Wait. Wait.
They're nasty.
I looked at those stats. That better not be true.
God. All right, you fuck. So you.
So okay. So I need your professional opinion, lady.
Okay.
What makes a saddle work?
She puts up a hand to her chin and says, well, if you're going to have a saddle, it needs to be of a comfortable material with adjustable straps. Definitely ones that you can easily reach, just in case things get a little bit, too tight or too loose during a ride, because things can shift around a lot. It needs to be lined with some good material. Oh, and you also need to make sure that it doesn't, accumulate too much heat when it's in the sun. I recommend using something that's of a little bit lighter, sort of a tannish color. It really goes well with my hair, too. Oh, sorry. Were you going to use this on something else?
Oh, she wants you to ride her. Oh shoot, giggity.
Ert is uncomfortable with this entire situation now. He has regrets.
Well, you did ask. I thought that you had some reason to.
Ert just points at the ostrich and he goes, how do you ride one of those?
Oh. She squints a bit and says, honestly, I have no idea. I mean, after all, she gestures down to herself, not exactly equipped to ride anything.
Ert just looks and goes, do you know anyone else who knows what a stirrup is?
According to the memes, centaurs can ride horses because they're medium creatures.
Oh, I remember that meme.
It is actually true in-game that centaurs can do that.
That means centaurs can ride other centaurs, and you can have an infinitely stacking centaur tower.
Oh God, that should be the campaign boss.
Don't tempt me.
It's centaurs all the way down, man.
So if
centaurs all the way up.
But if you kill the bottom centaur, do you just win by default?
No, then they all land on you.
They all just fall down like sand blocks in Minecraft.
We just gotta place a torch underneath it towards the end.
So Ert has mostly established that he has no idea how saddles work, and he probably needs to talk to a saddle making person. A person that makes saddles.
One of them.
A saddle.
Saddler.
A saddler, yes.
Adam
because right
Sandler.
now he has
Someone who knows how to make horse tack, but for other animals.
so he's gonna go over and grab Terry.
Hi, Terry.
You just drag Terry over. Oh, you're just walking to Terry. Okay.
So Ert's over at Terry and is like, okay, so I got this feather of summon riding chicken, and you can make more of them because you summon the chicken, and then you just need more chicken feathers, and so you can pluck them. The chickens don't like this, mind you, so it's a bit of an operation.
Yeah, Terry would notice at about this time that Ert is covered in injuries.
Yeah, Terry also looks behind her to see that there's just an ostrich hanging out with a centaur and just, that's an ostrich.
No, it's a centaur.
Tastes like chicken.
You're,
But anyway, the point is, I got enough of these that every soldier in camp can ride them. But there's a bit of a problem. No one here knows how to ride.
that's because ostriches are notoriously hard to ride.
Also, because in the Empire we sort of just eat this sort of thing. Well, we feed it into the souls. Mounts aren't really needed in the city. They poop.
Right.
Very unsanitary.
So
You
anyway, the point is, I made a bunch of those rings of talk to animal, and they don't help.
Wait, do they not work on the ostrich?
ostriches are not very smart. They're around the same level as your intelligence, Ert.
God damn!
Wait, pause really quick. Time out. Becky just reminding you that Ert has the highest intelligence out of the three of us.
Yeah, but everyone knows that Ert might be smart, but he's really fucking stupid.
Wisdom.
The
wisdom.
highest int, the lowest whiz.
Yeah, wisdom. We're talking wisdom here, Becky.
You have a lot in common with them when it comes to knowing what's going on around you. You both have about the same spatial awareness as a marshmallow.
So anyway, the point is, I've not been able to make a bunch of the rings yet, and I'm really not sure I should make any more because I mean the last 30 bubbles took.
Right. So, yeah, you will need a saddle for an ostrich. Those exist.
Yeah, I'm thinking we work the magic your animal mount doesn't try to kill you rune into the saddle, and then we can work the feather into it. And he just holds out one of the feathers. This one's yours.
You mean a charm animal spell?
Well, charm and fear and talk. Hopefully not all at once.
You don't really want an ostrich to talk.
Well, I know that. I mean, you got to remember, he's been talking to the ostriches while he's been plucking them.
While he's been plucking them.
Well, he doesn't know how to make the spell stop.
What are you doing? Stop! Ah! Stop!
My butt! My butt!
What?
So the point is, Erd has been having a bit of trouble here, and he's thinking that he needs to reapproach things. Ideally, we need some resources. I need some of that stuff you make saddles out of. Velvet.
Very leather. It's leather.
She said velvet or satin.
Terry looks back at the centaur.
He waves.
That's that's probably because she was thinking about the comfort of a centaur.
Erd doesn't get it. He just nods along. The point is, I need stuff to make saddles, and I need some better metal than this stuff. And he just waves at a bunch of dented gold for making armor out of.
Yeah, you don't make armor out of gold. You use the gold to buy armor.
What other metal do we have large supplies of?
Have you been trying to make stuff out of the gold? Our currency for this world?
Gold's too soft. You don't want it. Oh, I'm not there. Never.
One of the mugs runs by. You notice it's gold plated.
God.
Just Terry just sighs, rubs his forehead, and just I will work on getting ostrich saddles, or at least a pattern, so that when we can get a large supply of leather and possibly some wool or fleece for a lining for the ostrich's comfort, you can start making them. Just no gold.
Also, just so you know, we don't have enough dragon claws.
For what?
we have the rune of, oh god. Let me link it in chat real quick.
Oh yeah, the thing that Zan now has, the Dragon Slayer bullshit.
Claw of the Worm rune.
Yeah.
But what you need to make a new one is a dragon claw.
It's true.
Well, we don't really need multiples of these. I'd rather use the. I think we talked about using the dragon claws and teeth to make swords and weaponry.
And you guys wanted to make Terry a dragon scale suit of armor.
Yeah, we were gonna do dragon scale armor and a dragon weapon, dragon tooth weapon or something.
Well, then Erd announces that we need to figure out what we're doing with this dragon corpse, and he just starts mold earthing it towards the tent. Zan!
Just Terry, we already have the plans for it. Stop that.
Zan looks out and sees this headless dragon being rolled over towards him.
And Terry objecting to it.
Oh.
Harry, do you need help out here?
Terry yes, please. Help me explain to Ert that we don't need to talk to the ostriches and that we just have to get them some saddles.
Listen to your mom. No, just kidding. Dad.
Okay,
sorry.
so is this where we start heading out?
Yes, this is where we're gonna start heading out.
Terry will at least ask the centaur lady very politely where the nearest town is, because he knows there's one nearby, just not where it is.
Yes. And so on that note, we are going to transition over to a wonderful new map in just a moment. So essentially, you guys have found that there is a trail around here, and it is heading into a little, what seems like a frontier village that has suddenly experienced a big boom in population. It is absolutely filled with merchants and adventurers, and it seems like an ideal spot to resupply because everyone is selling the things that you want. The price might be an issue, though.
So how much gold do we have, and who's holding it?
Terry's holding it.
Well, the CRT holds their own gold because the CRT are greedy little mercenary bastards.
Yeah.
But Terry has the troop funds.
And how much is Terry carrying?
The military budget at this moment is 16,000 gold, and there's 10 extra, just so that you can, tip your craftsmen.
Yeah.
I'd probably drop that down to 15 to cover all the wages that the CRT has been gambling them out of.
Oh, the CRT. Zan probably gave the CRT like 3,000 gold, not just 1,000, because he's.
Well, I'm talking about the soldier
biased.
wages.
Oh, fair.
So isn't that closer to okay, let's say we have 12 then. Well, we're not keeping track of all this attrition we're doing. Bubbles down there is giving away 70 of it.
The military funds we have is specifically the stuff that Terry's been setting aside that's not going towards things like wages.
Yeah.
Excellently argued. Okay, so Terry has our funds. Let us go.
Indeed. Now,
everyone, ride your ostrich.
I'm assuming the nice centaur lady has given us directions.
Yes, she has.
Terry has apologized for Ert.
One moment, please. I just gotta. There we go. Now
this is very Planescape Torment.
It might be Planescape Torment. I don't know. I just got this off Reddit. I might link it to you so that you can put it in the video.
No, it's just the view. Planescape Torment has this very odd isometric that this hits perfectly.
Well, in any case, you giant nerds, I have pinged you over. Pay attention to the amount of HP that Ert has.
Why does he have 6?
Because of the ostriches that he was trying to pluck.
Wait, why does Zan only have 10 HP?
Why do I have 10?
That's because the tokens don't always update properly.
I think I have 72?
Yeah, there you go.
What's interesting on my sheet, Ert's bar has 43 out of 72. Well, the 6 is there if I click it. It's weird. Anyway, we are in town. Ert is still bleeding from ostrich wounds. Terry and Zan got to see Ert repeatedly try to ride an ostrich.
Which, for Terry, was very
7 of them
amusing.
ran away. 2 of them died.
They don't die. They transform back into feathers, for the record.
It's true.
Well,
Terry was very amused by watching that. He might have taken out some snacks.
the worst part is Ert can talk to them the whole time, and he's just swearing at them.
There are other words in the dwarvish lexicon?
Well, yeah, metals. Duh.
True.
Calling one of them
Also,
uranium.
37 different words for rock. There's rock, there's stone, there's...
Plastic rock, hard rock.
Exactly. Rock of the ages. So, we are here in this town.
We are indeed. And
Rock and
before
stone.
anything else, I would like to do a very small sequence, if that's okay.
It's not okay.
Nope.
How fucking dare you?
Let's do it
So,
anyway.
You're the DM. Do it anyways. Mhm.
So, Toad is just looking around in wonder and going, whoa, it's hardly anything dead.
And just Terry going, that's right. This place is alive because it's not somewhere we're gonna fight. Stares at Zan and Ert.
And then Toad seems to blink and then reaches under a market stall and pulls up what looks like a dead rat. And he says, Dad, I found something!
Ert tells him not to let Zan have it.
Zan kicks Ert.
Terry just kind of stares for a minute and just hold on. And just kind of look to the stall and flag the person and go, excuse me.
The person in the stall looks over and says, yeah?
It's going to sound very odd, but do you happen to sell rats alive or dead?
He blinks and says, no, but I did. Actually, no, hold on. I thought I set down some rat traps, but then they kind of went missing. Did you actually find one of my rat traps?
No, just then you see Toad in the back, just like holding the little dead rat up, just like found it.
Yeah.
And just Terry, just small mushroom creature eats dead things.
The point you need to take away from this is that the rat is free. You do not have to pay for the rat.
I was gonna say, can we just have it?
The shopkeeper just gives a shrug and says, yeah, sure, go ahead. Terry, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Terry's just making sure that it's okay to take the dead rat, because there are places that will sell dead rats. 19.
Okay, Terry, you notice there is something rather odd about this situation. The shopkeeper did mention that all his rat traps went missing, and yet you arrived just in time to catch a freshly dead rat. There's something suspicious about this, and when Terry squints his elven eyes, he does actually notice something. The rat trap seems to have something written on it.
Alright. Terry will separate the rat from the trap and give the rat to Toad.
Toad is happy.
Ert and Zan are just staring at Terry this whole time. Like, what the hell?
And read what's on the trap.
All right, Terry, you read an advertisement. However, it is written in a particular way, a particular College of Whispersy way. It is sending a message to you. It is from someone that you know, someone that you respect, and it is giving you instructions.
Terry just, just, reads down the list of instructions to figure out, what he needs to do.
There's only one step on here thus far, but there is a warning to look out for more. And so, the step one is going to be that you need to go over to the local farmer and buy his egg incubator.
Can Zan, because Zan's seen Terry get messages from the College of Whispers before, can Zan roll insight to see if he picks up that this is another one of those situations?
Sure, go ahead. Let's see if Terry gets outed as a spy at long last.
I mean, Zan already knows that Terry's a spy. But
I was gonna say, Terry's tactic has been hiding in plain sight.
This is less.
Ert pokes Zan. Zan.
Yeah,
She's doing spy shit.
yeah, she is. Yeah.
I'm wondering how good that nat 20 is. Like, does he actually understand what the first step is?
Zan would understand that Terry has been given an assignment and Terry is going to be at it for a while.
Zan just kind of sighs loudly and says, "All right, Terry, come find me when you're done."
Terry just kind of looks up like, oh, all right. He hands the trap back over to the shopkeeper, just, so he can reuse it.
All right, the shopkeeper takes it. No objections.
Zan just kind of mutters subtle under his
Mm.
breath.
Oh boy.
Terry just kind of looks over to Zan and just goes, "Why do I need to hide it from you?"
Zan just looks away and tries to whistle, but he can't because he doesn't have lips.
There's a rune for that.
Oh boy.
Terry just, idiot. I need to go see a farmer about an egg incubator. He's not gonna hide it from Zan, and is really just not smart enough to understand.
Is like, why would the elf need an egg incubator? Oh god, it's gonna lay an egg.
Exactly.
That's where elves come from.
I'm just waiting for to be the big bad who's been leading us on this entire time and is actually just a mad genius.
Look, is honestly very nice and well adjusted by Empire Dwarf standard. They have had an insular technocracy for 200 years. They're fucking nuts.
It literally is just the Mechanicus.
Yes. Right down to ramming random shit into your brain to see if it makes you faster.
I can't wait to actually meet Ert's family and see that they sent him off to the Empire to get rid of him.
I said I
Oh,
was a
boy.
weenie. So yeah, let's follow Terry. Where are we going, Terry?
Terry's gonna ask that shopkeeper real quick where the local farmer is.
Also, where can we buy 100 people's worth of saddle stuff?
That there is less of an answer for. He doesn't specifically know, but he does say that down south you can find the local farmer and a lot of his wares.
Oh god, that guy again.
Look, just because I only have a few tokens doesn't mean you need to comment on it every time.
Look, I didn't comment that all the shapeshifters are over there on the right.
Terry thanks the shopkeeper, and he's gonna make his way over.
Oh boy.
The others can follow if they want. Terry is on Terry's list that while we're doing this, he is going to keep an eye out for anybody who seems to make saddles.
All right. You may roll perception if you like.
17.
Okay. You do actually spot a couple of leather workers, and it seems like most of them are making leather armor. And Terry, you suspect but could not prove that they are selling it at a 500% markup.
Shoot. Zan's
Yeah.
gonna have a heart attack in this town.
Terry just kind of glances at the price tag of like one of the ones on display, looks to Zan, and just goes, "There's no chance we can haggle here."
Oh boy.
And just cringes internally, remembering how he has to buy something for each of the 4 members of the CRT, and it's just like, all my hard-earned cash.
Erd's like, what?
Yeah, it's just like, this is basic leather armor. They want 100 gold for it.
Is that a lot?
Yeah, that ain't happening.
Harry looks down to and goes, "Leather armor is like 2 gold."
But you had to like grow a whole creature and then remove its skin. That takes a while.
They don't have to grow it. They just get the leather.
Well, you giant dingleberries. When you head over to the farmer, you find an amiable man who is trying desperately to sell a lot of his wares. He does not seem to be having much luck at this particular market because most people aren't really caring about all of his homegrown crops that you can use in a variety of meals. Everyone else is making bank, and he's making coppers.
Harry sees the food and is just immediately like, "What do you have in stock?"
The farmer immediately goes off on a little rant about how many interesting things that he has that could be cooked up into a meal. They're not meal ready right now, which is why they're
Just
not saying. Selling.
Terry's just any of it in large, army-sized quantities.
He blinks and says, "Oh, hi, I've got a whole bunch of crates of carrots and onions." Yes, he's Irish now. Deal with it.
Terry just looks at the funds, squints, looks back at him, and goes, "How much?"
Oh, well, heck, sir, if you're buying in those quantities, how about a gold crate?
Deal.
Okay, so I assume this is the point where Terry just buys literally the entire shop and just says, "Go deliver it."
I mean, we have 17,000 gold. It's not terrible to buy a few gold worth of vegetable crates.
If we're buying a couple hundred gold worth of, supplies for our chefs, Terry's doing it.
We will undoubtedly spend more money humoring Ert on this mission.
Oh no.
So Terry's just like, yeah, how about you just take all your crops and make a delivery?
Here, just spawn us a catechist and we'll leave him with the turtle.
You know what? Yes. But the man is just like absolutely blown away by this. He just sags in relief and just goes, "Oh, you're very kind, sir. Is there anything I can do for you? A little favor in order to repay this generosity?"
Load the turtle.
It just, yeah, pretty much. It's just like,
Yeah. Let's spawn the turtle in. He can load it up.
As he asks that, a giant turtle just turns the corner.
It's just like, we'll send somebody to come and pick all this up in our gigantic tortoise. But do you happen to have an egg incubator?
Oh, aye. It's a very useful thing to have. Although I haven't been producing livestock lately, I was thinking of selling the thing.
I would like to buy it.
Oh, hell, I'll throw it in gratis with all the food that you've been bought for me.
Been boughten for me?
Well, thank you.
Been boughten for me.
Been bought for me.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Meanwhile, very slowly, a turtle shuffles in. A group of adventurers nearby kind of blink, look at it, and then one of them leans up to a large man that seems to be some sort of troll, whispers to him and points at the turtle, and the man's like, "Oh, it's Big Monster! I protect you!" And then he goes in and he tries to bonk the turtle on its nose.
Zan flies in between and says, "Get your own fucking turtle, mate."
The troll just like, and the adventurer, what is very obviously a barbarian, just looks up to Waffle and says, "Waffle, I gave you an order. Are you gonna disobey?" Waffle's just like, "Oh, but, oh," and then he just like grips his mace and completely fails to bonk the turtle. Both of his adventuring friends laugh at him.
Terry that's not a monster. That's our delivery vehicle.
Oh, I thought it was a dragon. I'm sorry.
Have you ever?
Nope, it's just a giant tortoise.
So wait, your instinct is to try to attack an endangered species as soon as you see it?
And the barbarian just steps forward and says, "Yes, we are very good at endangering species."
I see. Maybe we need to tell the asshole patrol about you.
He grins and says, "Please do. I could always use another punching bag."
And just Terry shudders and just, I remember witnessing a tornado of fists, and then everyone was gone.
Zan's just staring at this barbarian in the face, just not moving.
We're just like, Zan made a friend.
Does he say that out loud?
Yes, to Terry. Oh, Zan made a friend.
Terry just kind of
They're
pauses.
punch buddies.
Like, Terry, I don't think so.
Zan's beak is.
Ert yells at Zan, "Pick up this one."
Pick up this one?
Yeah, fly him in the air.
Oh.
Terry, just please don't. Please.
Waffle, the troll, just kind of blinks and says, "I'm not good at flying."
You're also not very good at thinking, apparently.
Yeah, you're all idiots.
I'm sorry. It's a bit hard. I am here as a protective guide, and the rogue of the adventuring party just comes over and reaches up to pat Waffle on the shoulder and says, You done a great job protecting. You found all those traps for us." Waffle says, "Yeah, I did. They really hurt."
Does he have any visible injuries right now?
Poor Waffle.
There appear to be a few rapidly fading scars.
Oh, because he's a troll, he regens.
Yes.
I forget.
Poor Waffle. He's just being abused by that guy.
Meanwhile, the barbarian leans over to Zan and says, "Hey, you said you wanted to try and lift him, right? Or no, it was that idiot over there who said you could try and lift him. I bet you could do it."
Yeah, I'm not gonna try that. I'm not an idiot.
And Erd also meant the barbarian.
Yeah, we were talking about.
I meant you, jackass.
We're talking about you, short stuff.
Short stuff. Oh, that's fun.
Isn't they look like a halfling? Am I wrong?
That's just the art.
Okay,
Yeah, that's just the art. They are human.
okay. They're still shorter than me, so they're short stuff.
Yes. The barbarian gives a grin and says, "Oh, hey, want to try that out?"
Are you gonna let me pick you up and fly you into the air?
Well, tell you what. How about we make it a little contest?
I'm not really a betting man, but what do you have in mind?
Well, we just see who can fly better.
Harry just sighs. I don't have time for this. He's gonna, get his egg incubator and help figure out the logistics of getting the crops onto the tortoise, and then, inspect the incubator.
Terry, you inspect the incubator. There does not appear to be anything unusual about it. However, one of the little decorative flags up above you seems to have something scrawled on it. It looks like a piece of graffiti, but as you should be aware by now, it is, of course, secret messaging and stuff.
Of course.
If you can read this, you're dumb. Ha 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 ha.
What's the next step?
Erd wanders over. Hey, are you guys gonna fight each other? Because the elf's doing more spy shit.
He just tells everybody.
Okay, so this message, Terry, tells you to go over to the dye trader and buy out all of their blue dye.
And Terry just questioning is just what am I doing? A mission or a shopping list?
Fun fact, that was the beta version of this quest.
So Terry's just gonna go, just all right, let's go. Looks to Zan and just says, "Can you at least just try not to kill anyone?"
I don't kill everybody I talk to, okay?
You sure about that?
Everybody in the army is still breathing.
It's only because they're paying you.
Well, yeah,
Uh,
that's how it works. Mercenary.
have you ever heard of a mercenary before? Like, literally in the job description.
Do not kill the people that pay you the money.
Unless they don't pay you enough money.
Exactly.
And then you kill them.
Exactly.
Those guys are not paying you, so just try not to kill them.
I'll do my best.
So Erd's hoping you guys are going to do something here, because otherwise he needs to go look for saddle mats.
So, Zan, are you going to get involved in a shit stomp competition?
A shit stomp competition. That sounds.
Yes, it's going to be very cool. Trust me, this is going to go great.
Aha. Zan just eyeballs this barbarian and says, Any rules to this competition?
Yes. Whoever flies higher and faster wins.
Higher and faster. Define fly.
Being in the air with control over your trajectory.
I see. Magic items allowed or no?
Let's say no. How about that?
Okay.
Erd announces that this is lame and leaves.
Harry's sitting there just be careful, Zan. They might count falling with style as flying.
Well, if they have to fly higher and farther than me, they might have some trouble. Unless they're going to be attacking me to prevent me from flying high.
Oh, I would never do something like that. Never in a million years.
Right.
The inflection says otherwise.
Zan flies straight up in the air.
Oh, you're starting right now?
Yeah.
Okay, he's gonna grab you.
I did that while he was talking. Does he have that good reflexes?
Yes, he does.
Yes, he does.
Okay.
This is his athletics. Roll athletics or acrobatics.
Acrobatic. 22. Get fucked.
Jared got away from him, and he starts gearing up for a jump. And then you see, to your concern, that the paving stones around him are starting to tremble and crack.
So I used
How high is this guy's jumping height?
my
Is he gonna be like the One Punch Man of
oh
jumps?
jeez, it's literally just no. Zan used a key point to make his bonus action a dash action, and then he also used his action to be a dash action, and is using all of his movement to go straight up into the air, 40 speed, right?
Okay.
So that would be 120 feet in one go.
Okay. Now let's see what he has for his jumping ability. It's not as high as his athletics, but let's see. Okay, so Zan, you start dashing into the straight up into the air. You are doing great, but to your horror and wonder, the man seems to be catching up with a single jump, and it is raising all sorts of questions. Now, Zan, roll me a perception check.
Zan is rolling a perception check. 15.
Okay, Zan. And as your eyes are focused on that, something else is going to happen.
I'm getting attacked. Wonderful.
Okay. 22 versus your AC.
Am I allowed to use a reaction?
Not this time because you didn't see it coming.
It hit.
Okay, so Zan, nothing actually injures you, but you feel something impact one of your wings, and suddenly one of your wings is covered in oil, and your feathers start sticking together, and you start having more and more trouble flying straight.
Zan uses Gust of Wind, which is his Aarakocra ability, to blow the oil off of his wings and towards the barbarian that is catching up to him.
All right, I'm gonna have you do
That feels like acrobatics.
Second.
It feels like some sort of check, not to fuck it up.
I will allow this to be another acrobatics.
Okay.
Or concentration.
It's not a concentration check. It's just a spell. It's a 60-foot long, 10-foot wide spell in a direction of my choosing.
Yep.
So what am I rolling?
You're gonna roll an acrobatics.
Okay. 12.
You are unable to get all of the oil off of your wing, and now I'm going to have you roll another acrobatics with disadvantage just to make sure that you keep your height.
I should be gaining height if I'm blowing wind away from me. I'm blowing it down towards the barbarian, so that should be
Thermodynamics.
okay. 21.
With disadvantage, I said.
Oh,
So one more time.
I know how to do. I know how this game works. 11.
All right. So you end up bafflingly at the same height as the barbarian, who has only done a single jump. The barbarian looks amused and very begrudgingly impressed.
I keep flying upward.
The barbarian falls behind, not having a source of thrust, and eventually falls back down to the earth. There is a loud crash noise as he lands. And you are given a call from down below. Okay, point proven.
Do I win?
You win. There is no prize.
No, the prize is get fucked, nerd.
Waffle is just scratching his head and says, "How do we give you get fucked?"
Kurt just looks at the barbarian and is like, yeah, best friends.
Waffle, you just swing your mace really hard at the barbarian. That's how you do it.
Oh, I can do that. And then there's that protesting. God.
No, he gets hit.
Barb.
He actually manages to smack the barbarian, and the barbarian is none too pleased about it.
Hooray!
Ooh, he got fucked.
Yes, sir.
Wait, I was supposed to do that to the other guy then.
Erd is going to roll to cheer Waffle on. He is now invested in this. Fuck him up. Fuck him up.
It does not escalate into a fight.
Aw.
Zan can come down if he wishes.
Yeah, Zan will fly down. He'll perch on the turtle's head.
Here, roll a perception while you're up there, just for the town.
You know what? Yeah, that's a good idea.
Do the Assassin's Creed sound, Zan. Come on, you're a bird.
If I could make that sound, I would. Pretend. Use your mind. Use the theater of the mind to imagine Zan making that sound as he dives down. I got an 18 perception.
Okay, 18 perception. You see a wide-ranging view of this place, and you find that it is indeed absolutely filled with adventurers. And there are a lot of adventurers outside of town making their way towards what looks like distant pyramids. It occurs to you that you have dealt with a lot of undead lately. You don't know the story behind that. There must be a reason why they're all heading towards the undead pyramids.
Are they the same ones that we just came from, or different ones?
One of the ones that you just came from is being headed to by some adventurers, but there are many others.
Okay. Oh, Zan also wants to be looking around for different shops. Specifically, he wants to look for a place that he can get the dragon materials made into gear. So he would have taken a look around before he landed to see if he could find a place that does that.
All right, you do indeed find a place. It looks like there is a local smith and tailor who handles a lot of different jobs. And it seems like he's not participating as much in this big adventure event as he possibly could be. You get the sense that this guy is a little bit introverted.
Is his name Taylor Smith?
It is now.
Excellent.
Actually, that's perfect.
Yes, that's why. Shaggy, where have you
Yes.
been?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm about two steps back.
All right, lands on the turtle's head.
Okay.
You land on the turtle nose. The barbarian just squints at you and says, "So, you think that makes you better than us, huh?"
No, I think me being amazing makes me better than you.
The barbarian just growls and says, "This ain't over. You're no patroller. You're just a freelancer, which means that there's nothing protecting you if things get hairy."
I have feathers. I don't have hair.
Harry decides, like, I don't have time for this, and he's gonna start walking off.
Zan directs the turtle towards the onions
Yeah, the food guy.
and the carrots. And
Yeah, I'm assuming that there were a couple of soldiers that came with the tortoise.
they're inside the shell. Duh.
Yes, exactly. But anyway, I'm going to cut back over to Terry as Terry heads over towards the local dye maker. And I'm going to zoop you all over
Zoop,
to this particular area.
zoop, 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 zoop.
Bring on Zan too.
Oh,
I mean, we were there for the whole thing, so I assume he just followed us down.
Zan can move with them if he wants to.
trying to zoom out. E20 hates me. Roll 20 hates me. Really. I did it. Mission success.
I'm not a fan of the new UI.
It just runs so slowly on my computer, even though I have a high-end computer.
Same here.
It's a memory hog. Anywho, so you find this gnome is a local craftsman who is very big into various different colorful dyes. Has little bolts of cloth that have been dyed various colors. And it appears that he has been making a mint tonight because he has just been selling all sorts of little decorative items and armor dyes and whatnot.
Of course.
Oh God, the cosmetic shop is doing business on the senior adventurers.
Little gnome looks up to Terry and says, "Hi, how can I help you?"
And just Terry going, hello, I have quite an undertaking if you are willing to do business with me.
"Oh, I'm always willing to do business, especially tonight."
Fantastic. I need all your blue dye.
He blinks. "All of it?
All of it.
You running an army or something?"
Quite literally.
"Oh, well, heck, I bet I can get you a discount deal on this sort of thing. Maybe I won't have any else for the other adventures tonight, but hey, there's other colors. So, tell me, you want this all just packaged up for you right away?"
If possible, yes. I already have a means of getting it back to base.
"All right, well, then in that case, I'm going to say just payment in advance, and then you accept full liability for everything else that happens, okay? Because this is a lot of dye. Also, you probably shouldn't open all of it at once because the dye fumes can make you hallucinate."
And also, it's got cobalt in it. Not the nice cobalt. The angry kobold.
And just Terry pauses and just, yes, thank you, Ert. I'll keep it away from the dwarf.
Well, it's up to you. And he rummages around with some things under the stall, and then he just pushes out an entire crate. And Terry notices that there is a small part of the crate that was covered with other parts of the display, and there is another note written on it.
Fantastic.
Also, I'm not going to actually charge you for any of this. This is all just, coming out of Terry's personal stash money.
Of course.
Squeeze him dry. I mean,
All right. The next step for Terry is that he should go over to the local herbalist and badger them about potentially poisonous mushrooms.
Terry thinks that Toad's gonna like this one.
Toad is just staring at the die and saying, "I could be blue."
Terry just, yes, you
Baba
could.
bee, baba do.
But I don't think we're going to make you blue.
Why not? Am I not allowed to be blue?
No, it's just that it could hurt you.
It could. Is being blue bad?
No, it's the dye. The dye could hurt you.
Oh.
dying can hurt you. Yeah.
Oh. But if I fight it and kill it, does that mean that it can't hurt me after I kill it?
Please kill the die. Please, Toad, kill the die.
Terry just, no, you don't kill dye.
How does it die then, Terry? Zan says in character, totally. How does it die then, Terry, if you can't kill it?
Terry just looks to the dye guy and is just like, hey, do you have a convenient pamphlet?
Well, I might have a thing or two. But hey, you just made a huge purchase for me, so hey, want me to just hang around with your little mushroom kid and give him a rundown?
Sure, why not? You could teach him how dye works.
Ert looks at him and goes, "No brain. Perfect. You'll be safe."
Discount babysitter.
Oh boy.
Yeah, Terry's gotta get some stuff done, some little paperwork things. So
Yeah. Thanks for watching him. Watch out. Don't let anyone with a brain near him.
no, Terry's going to still be there while he's explaining dye. Terry has to write down the logistics of what he's going to do with all of this blue dye.
Well, cool. Then give us the money. We got to go get leather shit.
Oh boy.
Terry just looks to Zan and is just like, I'm gonna trust you with a portion of the funds, not Ert.
Sounds good.
Terry hands over a portion of the funds.
All right. In the meantime, I'm actually going to have a small distraction for Ert and Zan, if that's okay.
Okay.
Terry's doing paperwork stuff right now. They can leave if they want.
Yeah, that's what
They
we're
don't
doing.
have to follow Terry.
So, Ert and Zan, you hear someone calling from a nearby stand. It seems to be a strangely underconfident voice. Potions and magic items. If anyone's interested, hello.
Ert just wanders over. You look exactly like so many other characters.
I get that a lot.
Humans.
You, Shoggy.
And Zan Terry's not there. He can't apologize for Ert's racism.
Zan,
I was just curious if any of you would be interested in buying a few homemade alchemical supplies and magic items. I'm a bit of a starting out craftswoman, but I think that you might enjoy some of my offerings.
Ert just looks at Zan. It's like, do you use potions?
not frequently.
Well, if you've never tried one, then how about one on the house?
What's in it?
Well, I've got a few regions in it that should make it into a nice shielding potion, but I admit that I'm still learning my craft, so there might be side effects.
See, the correct answer would have been to look at him and go, alcohol? But no. Actually, Zan, you should probably point that out.
Zan pats her on the back, looks at her, and says, "This guy right here just played with ostriches for the last 24 hours and is really not in great shape, as you can tell." Gestures to this gaping gash in Ert's forehead. How about oh no, there's no healing potions in this universe. Dang it. Never mind.
Painkillers.
How about some painkillers? Maybe some disinfectant?
Ooh, I should have something with that that could do that. It is made with a little bit of alcohol, though, if that's okay.
I
Yes.
mean, Ert is underage.
Here's that. Oh my god!
I am 237.
I mean, just look how tall he is. He's clearly a child.
Bird.
Caca.
Bird. He's just staring at you. Bird.
Oh boy.
Alcohol can be just fine for Beardy over here. Oh, has your beard grown back yet, Mr. Shaves his beard in shame?
I mean, it has all the singe spots in it again. It no longer
Okay.
looks trimmed.
Alright, alright.
All right, you nerds.
And also the ostrich feathers are sort of stuck in it. He has not combed them out. It looks like he tried to eat one.
She offers Zan a free couple of experimental potions, just to see if they're your thing. And Ert is given a bottle of pain-killing solution. Ert, do you drink it?
Whatever. Chugs it.
Con save with advantage, cause dwarf.
Con. Where is con? I was on the skill screen and got very confused.
Okay, so 17, not bad. Ert, you take a drink of this. This has some pretty heavy alchemical undertones, and it doesn't taste the greatest, but it's definitely very alcoholic, and it definitely kills the pain. All in all, not bad.
Brings out his alchemist jug. Okay, listen here, little lady. Can you get this to make that? Because this one's stuck on mayo.
She squints at it and says, well, I'd be willing to try. Then she really must be starting out if she's willing to try Ert ideas.
So,
Zan, please stop her.
Zan sees nothing dangerous and just sees an opportunity for free alcohol. Painkillers. Painkillers.
Ert looks up at
Painkillers.
Zan. Okay, so hear me out, Bird.
Yes.
Right. What we got to do here is we got to get the jug to make her potions, and then we don't need to bring her along.
Zan's not even looking at Ert. He's like looking off into the distance towards towards Taylor Smith and just nodding
Is
along.
that a bird? Is that another bird guy?
Just nodding along.
Zan says it's chill. So Ert is just going to start talking with her about mass producing potions. He has no interest in the fact that she has no idea what she's doing. He's just like, wow, this is a person who makes potions. I am going to integrate this into my shitty magic item of mayonnaise.
Oh boy, this is gonna go fun.
I mean, it was a functional painkiller, right?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, Ert is pleasurably surprised. I mean, it was actually just neat vodka, but still.
I mean,
Fuck
hey.
you, god damn it. All right, so Zan and Ert are having a good time there. They also hear, not too far away, raised, agitated voices. Terry's not on scene right now, so if you want to move his token away.
Yeah, get out of here, Terry. We don't need you around here.
That's fine. As soon as the halfling's done explaining what dye is to his mushroom son, he's gonna move on to the next step, which is talking to the local herbalist.
Okay, and I'm gonna scoot you off stage because the local herbalist is gonna be a ways away. All right, but anyway, so
wait, it's not the halfling with a flower hat?
No,
I feel cheated.
Fuck you. It's a gnome, not a halfling anyway.
Just because they have flowers on their outfit doesn't mean they're an herbalist. Gosh.
Racist.
I left Toad with the animal people.
Wouldn't that be like jobist?
No, it's Ert. It doesn't matter what Ert does, it's racist.
You're not wrong.
Some people wish he was wrong, but he's still not wrong.
Okay, so Ert is sitting here trying to explain the concept of mass production to someone who has no idea what's going on. And Zan has just heard a giant fight.
Yeah, not a fight really, but kind of a commotion.
A ruckus?
Yes, a ruckus, you could say.
Rumble?
I guess a rumble. Oh boy. Okay.
All right, Zan, you turn around and find that same adventuring group from before absolutely badgering the dye merchant.
I use my acute perception skills to listen in.
All right, there is no roll required for this. You're near enough, and you have a high passive perception. And the rogue is apparently berating him for selling off all of his blue dye. Like, what if other adventurers needed it for reasons? Come on, man. What the hell is wrong with you? Dye Trader says that, honestly, it seems like they'd be more into purple dye. Can he interest them in purple?
And just snickers to himself.
Ugh, the adventurers are not happy about any of this and insist that they are going to leave a poor review. The Dye Trader shrugs and says, hey, I've already made more today than I make in months.
Zan elbows Urt and says, "See, they got fucked. See, look, it was really witty."
You look over at her. Where did he get those pieces of glassware from?
Wait, Urt pulled out glassware.
What?
Steal some of Zan's personal work?
No.
Zan grabs Urt's bald head with his taloned hands.
Urt is just sort of flailing, going, ah!
Picking him up like that one scene with the Flying Dutchman in SpongeBob.
Yes, except digging his claws into his forehead.
Oh,
Urt?
boy. We're going to cut the camera away from that.
When Terry comes back, Urt is dead.
Oh, God. So, hey, Terry, you're over at the local herbalist.
Yeah.
A man who is apparently very in tune with nature, by which I mean that he appears to be on some sort of recreational drug.
Well, Terry also brought Toad along because the little lesson about dye is done.
Okay. Toad.
Yes.
I got to talk to a fox person and a pug person and a fish person. They said I am
The
unhygienic.
fox person kept insisting that he wasn't a fox, he was a husky.
So, Terry will approach the herbalist and give a hello.
The herbalist kind of blinks up at you and says, damn, you're tall.
Damn.
Is this person now a sheep?
No, he's just, hi.
Just Terry just kind of sighs and just, yes, I'm an elf.
All elves tall?
Most.
I wish I was there right now.
Damn. Well, hey, I got some stuff, man, and like I've been selling a bunch of stuff, right? Like I picked all these things, and people want to buy it, man. You want to buy some of this shit? It's good shit.
Well, I have a few questions, if possible.
Oh man, everyone's got questions.
Okay, after the questions, I would like to raise the next interjection point.
Oh god.
So what was his response? Because he got
You got shoggied.
flooded out.
No worries. He says, "Well, damn, I got a whole bunch of shit here, and everybody wants to buy it. Maybe you should buy some of it. Like everybody seems to want it."
Terry, after a few questions, if you don't mind.
Well, go for it, dude. I'll answer best I can.
Terry is going to start asking about potentially poisonous mushrooms.
His brow furrows a bit, and he says, "Oh man, like I got a bunch of mushrooms, and I tried some of them for myself, dude. I guess I didn't try all of them. You think someone could get hurt or something?"
And just Terry nods and just possibly. Poison does mean deadly.
Damn, dude, that would really put a dent in my customer base.
Terry nods and is just like, well, if you don't mind, he motions to Toad. I've got a little mushroom friend that can help us identify the mushrooms.
Toad raises his little mushroom sword and says, "Oh, shit."
At this point, I would have him scream.
No screaming. He's happy to help.
No, him, the shopkeeper.
They're like, holy shit! I thought one of my stock was walking around. Whoa!
It's just Terry. Just no. He is mine. His name is Toad.
There are many like him, but one is
Oh.
mine.
Oh. And he reaches out and he pats Toad on the head like he's petting a dog.
Just Toad mind.
Toad does not mind. He looks over to Terry though and it says, "Is this normal?"
Terry just
You should probably get used to it, Terry.
not too out of the ordinary, but I'll tell you more about it later.
Okay. Meanwhile, the herbalist is just like, dude, if you could help me sort like my like funky mushrooms away from my regular mushrooms, or is it the other way around? Anyway, if you could like help me figure out which ones like really fuck you up and not in the good way, I'd like really appreciate that.
And just Terry, like, of course. And in fact, I can even take them off of your hands.
How would Toad even know that?
Toad has the knowledge of being able to ingest small amounts of poison and survive.
He's a mushroom. How? Of course, he can understand what different mushrooms are.
Oh boy.
Terry, you should probably just buy them all and just end this before it gets weirder.
No, Terry wants Toad to feel like he's super useful.
All right. So Toad is going to search through the various different kinds of mushrooms.
And Terry will give the little guy advantage if he needs it.
Okay. I'm going to do the advantage for the Toad. Dum-de-dum. First one. Okay. And Toad knocks it out of the frickin' park. He identifies several varieties of poisonous or, at the very least, unsafe mushrooms. And the herbalist is so relieved by all this, he's just like, dude, if you can figure out something to do with all those poison mushroom things, like, you can totally have them, dude. Like, I don't want that shit where I might, like, accidentally eat it.
And just Terry's just like, fantastic. I know exactly what I can use with these.
All right, excellent, dude. Oh heck. I think I'm supposed to be handing out like these flyers or something. There's some sort of like co-op with a local business. You mind if I give you one?
Sure, I'll take one.
All right.
Terry knows exactly where this is leading.
He hands one over to Toad and to Terry, and then several other people ask him about what he's got for sale. What he's handing out. He hands it out to them as well. And he's like, all right, come again if you need any good stuff, dude. I got like a whole bunch of plants and shit. Like, apparently you can make a bunch of stuff out of them. It's really cool.
And just Terry nods. It's just I will keep it in mind.
Thanks, dude. Oh, and remember to buy something. And he taps a sign where there's like sunflower seeds for 1 gold a seed.
Holy crap.
And just Terry just pauses and just, of course. I'll see if it's in my budget and I'll come back if it is.
All right, dude. Take care.
Bye-bye. Takes Toad and all the poisonous mushrooms and heads out. And
So
then reads the
how much
flyer.
So has Toad eaten all the mushrooms?
No,
Is
Toad
he-
is holding on to them, and he's holding on to them for public safety.
Terry is letting Toad hold on to them until
I'm just picturing Toad planting them in his head.
we're not planting them in his head. But Terry is telling Toad that he'll hold on to the mushrooms in a safe box so that no one can, even come near them.
Toad appreciates this. It does sound like something that is good. Now then, I'm going to say your next step. It looks like your next instruction is to head over to the local potion crafter and commission her for 3 custom potions.
I like to think that Terry shows up and Zan is just killing her.
digging the claws into Ert's skull. Don't
Erd's flailing around, going,
my-
ah!
don't touch my glass.
Just imagining, like, grabbing Ert and flinging him around by his head.
He spins me right round, baby. Like a record,
Right,
baby.
right
round.
round,
So,
round,
yeah, Terry
round.
comes over and is just like, please don't kill Ert.
And Terry sees on the way there are a bunch of adventurers that seem to be grumbling amongst themselves and heading over in the other direction.
Are they heading straight for the herbalist?
They seem to be headed that direction, yes.
Terry has a feeling they're not gonna like what's gonna happen next.
Oh boy. So, Terry, you have witnessed Zan preparing to manslaughter the shit out of Ert. Meanwhile, the dye trader is just like leaning up against his stand and clapping.
Erd is just screaming, help, 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 Terry.
Terry's just, Zan, please don't kill Ert.
I'm not killing him. I'm just marking him as a thief. His claws dig in a little deeper.
Terry, just, Ert, what did you do?
I don't know.
Zan, what
Zan-
did he do?
Zan points over to the glass vials that are clearly not Ert.
Terry will take a look at them. Are they actually made by Zan?
Yes.
Okay. Terry will ask Ert, where did he find them?
In the inventory.
Define inventory.
It's the place where you put all the stuff that you got as a group.
I put the vial. I didn't put any vials in there. This is Zach thinking out loud. I don't think I ever put any vials. Did I put vials in there?
No, but like, imagine
By
Ert saying that-
definition, if there is an item in the camp, it is in the inventory.
Oh, so even personal items are part of the inventory.
Yes,
What are you, some sort
obviously.
of communist dwarf over here?
It is the inventory.
It's the inventory, comrade. I see. Well, here's some.
Look,
Here's some
speaking
red
as the
for your
guy who has
chubby
control over all the bags of holding. Actually, no, he has no control over all the
ass. I
bags
was
of
about to say,
holding.
you mean the broken ones?
Look, the bags of holding work great.
Yeah, Terry's just gonna sigh and just go, you can't just pick up everything you find in the camp.
Or it's just like, and you guys, yeah, my mugs, huh? He can screw into my mugs.
Your mugs?
It's just, Terry, just, those mugs were given to all of us.
No, they were given to us before Ert was unfrozen from his stupid crystal.
Just loudly goes, aha! The truth!
What, that you were frozen in a crystal?
Literally,
I mean, that proves he made them, obviously.
What? I'm really confused.
The
now.
mugs are with us, and they draw runes, and he was in a crystal. Obviously, Ert made them. Duh.
I see.
And therefore, he is completely justified into taking your stupid glasswork.
Zan has done at least 1 point of damage to Ert's head at this point.
Terry,
by the way.
Yeah.
Terry's like, okay, let Ert go. Ert, we will stop using your mugs if it means you will stop taking our stuff.
I don't want them.
Zan is holding Ert at Zan's head level, eye level, and when Terry says drop Ert, he just lets go.
Ert's just lying
Roll
prone.
acrobatics.
No, Ert's just lying prone. He just thump.
It's just Terry sighs. It's just, Ert, if you touch our stuff again,
Zan will touch you.
I am going to turn. No, I am going to turn Katie bright pink.
Ert's just thinking to himself about God. He knows I upgraded his tablet like 7 times so far, right?
Wait, Ert has upgraded Terry's tablet? Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, Terry, you should be aware that the dwarf technocracy knows everything.
Oh no. Wait, Terry always has the tablet on him and doesn't have to
He
sleep.
does. That is true.
There's no way that Ert got that tablet.
I mean, that's what you use all those mage hand cantrips for.
Yeah, but he doesn't have to sleep, and he's holding it on his person.
Okay, fine. I admit Terry might have protected the tablet. In any case, Erd is
Maybe.
sitting here sulking. Terry and Zan need to talk with the potion person.
I want to imagine that Ert made an entirely new tablet and just considers it to be Terry's, but Terry won't pick it up for some reason.
Oh, jeez.
I just keep wondering why he never picks it up.
Erd has just been dropping off new upgrades. Terry, the iPhone 7 came out. The iTablet 8. The iTablet 9. You're not keeping with the times, Terry.
Meanwhile, Terry's just been using the same exact clipboard. His special metal clipboard that has a little storage spot on the bottom.
Well, you giant dingus, you are here now, and you are witnessing as what is apparently the local potion brewer is staring at Ert in concern and saying, "Do you need another painkiller, sir?"
Yes!
Terry just sighs. I apologize for him. He's not apologizing for Zan. Zan did nothing wrong.
Okay, 1 second. Insight into Sally Rose's personality. If someone said that, would she just throw the potion to them?
Let's go ahead and have that insight.
No, I'm asking you. Does
Well,
she just throw the potion when Ert says yes?
fair enough, actually. She does actually consider it, and then she says, "Well, you've helped me out a bit, so here." And she tosses one to Ert.
Okay, it smashes over Ert. He is now writhing in pain from the alcohol in his wounds. That is not how healing potions
Sally
work.
just like puts her hands over her face, like, oh no.
Zan gives Sally a thumbs up.
Terry just sighs and goes, "It's okay, ma'am. Hold on a minute. Can I just have another one?"
He deserved it.
She hands over another one and says, "Unfortunately, this is my last of this particular variety."
That's okay.
So Ert's just chugging it while you guys talk.
he, he hands it over. Give me just a second. Pause for just a second.
Actually, should we take a quick break here before we finish up the session?
Yes, this is a good opportunity.
Wait, break time, 5-minute break.
5-minute break.
And we're back from our 5-minute break. Last time we left off, Zan and Ert had a bit of a disagreement. Ert was doused with alcohol and started screaming, and then, got something to actually drink. Now then, Terry has a little bit of an assignment here.
Yes. Reading that flyer.
All right, and the flyer says that you should go over to the local potion brewer and order 3 custom potions.
Yes. So Terry is there after somewhat handling Zan and Ert's problem. We'll turn to Sally Rose here and ask her very politely if he can put in a custom order for 3 potions.
Oh, sure. I can actually brew it up right on the scene. I haven't had all that many customers. Well, in my own right. I sold a lot of my grandmother's potions, but those are, more or less gone now. And by more or less, she means entirely.
Just gone.
Terry nods.
But if you wouldn't, if you need something, I can take a crack at crafting it for you. Anything that I can make, I'll try and tell you. But I can't guarantee that it'll come out perfect. Okay.
Terry understands. He thinks for a minute and asks for language potions.
Language potions. I think I can do that. How many do you need?
Let's try one.
Okay. Anything else?
Let's see. And how about a shielding potion for Toad here? Pats the top of Toad's head.
Oh, gosh, I've never actually made something for someone made of mushrooms before. I'll give it my best, okay?
He nods. And then, how about a simple, just a really simple hangover cure?
Oh, I know the perfect thing. You don't have to worry a little bit about that. And she immediately gets over to her cauldron and starts brewing all 3 potions right away. It'll be, I think about call it 45 minutes, okay?
Terry nods. I can wait.
You've got 44.
Good.
Ignore Ert.
That was Zan, but
Or Zan. Ignore Zan.
Ignore Ert too.
You just ignore them both. at this
just ignore
point.
everybody. Honestly, just don't interact with other people. It's not worth your time.
All right. So with that, Zan and Ert, you're finally getting to grips with your crippling, blinding pain for the moment.
Just the moment.
I can feel notches in my skull.
I signed my initials.
Ert feels his head. You did.
What is he
God damn it,
rolling?
Okay.
What is he
I'm
rolling?
gonna have Ert roll me an insight or a perception.
For his forehead?
I am not going to reveal what this is for.
Oh,
8.
Ert is kind of blinded by pain and disorientation. Zan, would you like
Yeah.
to rely on your passive perception to pick up an interesting tidbit?
sure. Zan loves interesting tidbits.
There is someone hawking their wares nearby, just up north. It appears to be an orcish man, and he is specifically hawking genuine crystalline spells! Spells that you can cast with the souls of the dead!
Mmm. It's already spreading.
Zan groans audibly, taps Terry on the shoulder,
Harry looks over, like, yes.
points over to the orcish man. We have more Ert problems.
Harry thinks for a minute and goes, all right, I guess we should deal with that. We've got the time.
All right. And are you going to scoot on up towards the orc? And here's the better question. Are you going to bring Ert?
Ert makes carry me gestures at Zan.
Zan grabs Ert by the ankle and drags him along.
Ow. 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 Ow.
Somehow, Zan seems to go over only the roughest paving stones.
Harry, you kind of deserve it, Ert.
We just leave the glass vials behind, by the way.
It wasn't the glass vials particular, it was the principle of the thing. I like to imagine, like, Zan just left them behind, because, it's like, they're just glass things, but, it's the principle.
Toad has them now with all the poison.
I have a horde.
Oh,
I didn't
God.
even care about them. They were
Oh
worthless.
no. I forgot he ate a dragon brain.
Well, Toad's gonna drink those potions at some point, and then we're gonna have fun.
I mean, they're just painkiller, yeah.
Who knows?
We'll see. So, Terry, you arrive at this market stall, and there's this orc man who looks to you. He appears to be wearing an eye patch. You are 90% sure that it is just decorative. And he says, you welcome to One-Eyed William's shop. These are my wonderful wares. And yes, everything does start with W.
Zan walks up to the guy and grabs his eye patch.
I will have you roll sleight of hand or athletics.
If you're not making it, sneaky, might as well just roll that athletics.
I'm not making it sneaky, so I will roll that athletics.
Okay, and I'm going to give him a chance in order to fight you off. And he just barely does.
Dang it!
No touching merchandise.
I already cast Gust of Wind as well, so I can't blow it off. Dang it.
Now, are you here for William's wares? They are wonderful.
Harry asks, where did he learn?
Oh, I learned from very secret magical school because I am magical orc. Or maybe that is wonderful orc.
Ert pokes Terry.
Wow.
He's bleeding,
Zan just says
incoherent.
wow out loud.
but he pokes Terry.
Is very wow. Now, here, look at my wares. And he taps a few boxes on his stall. And you notice that they are housed in boxes to make them look secure. They are not actually secure. They appear to be scrolls with a little sliver of crystal just haphazardly punched through the bottom of the paper.
What?
Ert is annoyed that Terry isn't paying attention to him. He pokes him again.
Harry looks at Ert and just, what?
He points over to the down and right. Look, weebs.
Are you not
Harry
interested
just-
at all in the crystals nearby, Ert?
The what?
Terry just like, yes. Or this man says he's selling crystal spells.
Crystal magic! It is William's wonderful, wonders.
Yeah, with the weebs, we got it, dude.
Oh, maybe I
Erd is just 100%. His day now has meaning.
All right, Ert, roll me an investigation with advantage.
Well, it's good at that advantage.
Yeah, it
Erd
is.
looks in the boxes like, oh no, they're just scrolls. Fucking weirdo.
They are actually fueled by the crystals, except that the crystals seem to be so crappily made that they'll break once their charge is released. And also, he seems to have infused them with a soul that's entirely too big for them.
Erd is looking at this and is like, these are shit.
No, they are wonderful. It is in the name.
Like, no. I mean, no. Erd's gonna pull out his rune of mold earth. In fact, he's gonna just pull out another one and hand it to him.
William takes it and squints at it and says, "Wait, you carve it into stone?"
But yeah, like dwarf god intended.
But, William only hear of things being written. That word starts with W.
Erd's just like, okay, this guy is not where these came from.
Rot. in
Not even
stone.
slightly.
Rot in stone. That also starts with a W. Come on, man. Get with the program.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, well,
Someone-
hey, that is, maybe I try that one next.
Almost like I'm a writing teacher in real life, guys. It's crazy.
And also the runes is with a W for the record.
Oh, I write that down too.
Okay, so Erd is looking down at this box full of magical scrolls powered by solar crystals. What does he get out of this?
He gets an impression that someone is haphazardly trying to reverse engineer soul crystals, and they're doing an absolutely shit job of it. And then Ert notices something. On the side of the display, there are a bunch of soul crystal shards. And I don't mean the shitty version of soul crystals that he has nailed into these scrolls. I mean pylons, like empire pylons. There are little fragments leaning up against one of the posts of the stand.
Can I roll to see if I actually literally recognize them?
I will have you roll an investigation with advantage again.
There was more than one troop. Not just us. We rescued a few, but we weren't able to rescue their crystals.
So 12 and a 19. Do I recognize any?
Yes, in fact, that is shards of pylon 13.
I get it because it's session 13.
No, actually. But yes, actually.
No. It's because it's session 13, DM.
Ert pokes in. It's like, it's Tina.
Which one's Tina again?
Tina. He points at the crystals.
Yeah, but like, which one was that? I forgot.
Terry checks his clipboard. Tina was number 13.
13. Got it. What number were we again?
13. Get it?
Zan trips Erd again.
Does that mean that Katie is number 8?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Zan just face palms.
Yeah, so Terry, when you ask Terry, he just sighs and goes, Katie is number 8.
Of course she is.
The orc looks to you and says, "Oh, that is not for sale. The defective product."
Defective. Well, can we take it off your hands?
No, it is still very dangerous. Would not want liability, especially because you have not signed a waiver.
If we signed a waiver, could we help you dispose of these wobbling wares?
You know what, Zan? I'm going to have you roll me persuasion with advantage just for that.
Oh, he's great at persuasion. He definitely doesn't get disadvantage or doesn't get a -1 modifier to. Wait, the window closed. Hang on, I'm sorry. I have to open it again. Okay, here we go. Advantage roll. 18. That's
Wow.
actually really good. for Zan.
William thinks about it and then says, only because you are signing waivers. But listen, if anything bad happens to you because of this, I don't know you, I never met you, and also please recommend my store.
Like and subscribe.
Will
Alright.
do. Zan, does he hand Zan the waiver?
Yes, he does.
What does the waiver look
Or
like?
just grabs the crystals while he's doing it. Arcana.
The waiver literally just says, you can't sue me.
Does it say who me is?
No, it does not.
Zan signs William's name and hands it back to William.
William takes it and says, oh, you have the same name as me.
Yes, I do.
There's no bluff check involved. Choggy, why did you roll Arcana so many times?
Ert's doing a take 20 on this, and he stopped when he did a crit fail.
Okay, Ert, I'm going to have you roll a dexterity saving throw or a constitution saving throw. You get
What
to
are
choose.
you even doing?
I don't know. Ert's erting. He's looking at the crystal and is like, why is there a piece of this crystal here?
Constitution or dexterity saving throw, Ert.
Gee, I wonder which I'll roll.
You know, taking a 20 just means you take a 20. You don't have to roll until you get a 1.
Yeah, well, this is Ert. Do you think Ert does anything sensibly?
The purpose of a take 20 is to see if you got a 20 or a 1.
All right,
Obviously. In which you got
So you start
first.
doing a couple of experiments to see if you can reconstruct how this thing shattered, and oh yeah, that was a very bad idea, and you almost blow yourself up using a fireball.
Ert just rips the scroll off. It's like, why? Why would you attach a scroll to it?
William scratches his chin and says, because that is how it is said that it do. You have to attach the magical writing to the crystal that has the soul in it.
Ert just points at this guy. William, you're coming with us.
No, I have shop.
Too bad.
We're not taking the orc.
Harry just sighs, we're not kidnapping a shopkeeper.
We're not.
Ert just looks up as like, I spend 13 hours a day carving runes.
Yes, and?
My interactions with you are my only break from the stadium.
And?
I hate you all.
It's okay, Ert. The feeling's mutual.
Out of character, I do want to point out that Terry, and more specifically Becky, has been the biggest Pokemon trainer in this entire campaign. And the one time that Ert says, I want a
And
Pokemon...
Ert's just like, no.
Well, to be fair, Ert has one thumb.
The fact that Ert wants it proves it's a bad idea.
A shopkeeper is not a Pokemon!
God.
Where's the line at? Where's the line at, Becky? Obviously,
Look.
it's not at sentience because Toad is sentient, and so is Lungthunk.
We all need just to agree that if Ert wants something, it's probably bad.
Toad was offered and the shopkeeper has refused.
Yeah, I run store, and I do very good business because my wares are very reliable.
Reliable doesn't start with a W.
You're right.
It could actually.
Reliable.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Is reliable as a wren. Ha! A wren starts with W.
Wrench.
Yes. A wren and a wrench. A wren with a wrench.
Isn't that pronounced wern?
Okay, so Ert has decided this guy does not exist anymore. He does not have a purpose. Ert has his crystals. This guy is useless. Fuck him. So Ert's going to be looking at this crystal, and hence all their Arcana checks.
Okay, so Ert, you are able to figure out this crystal was inexpertly shattered by a bunch of people who actually had some explosives on them. And then the shards were gathered up afterwards. Apparently, they didn't know exactly what they were supposed to do and just sold as though they were shiny objects. Which makes a certain amount of sense, but raises the question of how it got all the way here. Because you've been, like, marching every single goddamn day, except that, oh wait, other people are allowed to go different places and use safer routes because they're not on the run.
Yeah, and we sort of just went straight down, then straight up again.
Yeah, you've been taking a bit of an indirect route.
We are not doing much efficiency. Looks at Zan is like, you're shit at this.
What? Do you want to eat dirt again, Ert?
Ert shuts up.
Oh boy.
Oh my god. Yeah, Terry's checking his watch. Has it been 45 minutes?
It has only been 20. However, Terry, you do notice something. There appears to be someone wandering around the square with a puzzled look on their face. It appears to be a waitress from one of the restaurants.
Terry will see if everything's okay.
Terry, when you visit the waitress and see what she's doing, she says, "Oh, hello. I'm sorry if I'm being a bit of a bother, but I was given a note for somebody, but I can't actually identify who it's for." And she shows you it and asks if you've seen an adventurer meeting this description. And Terry, you see the most hilariously overplayed description of a sneaky elf that you can imagine.
Oh my god.
Terry's starting to get an inkling on who has sent, just the manner of this little mission from who sent him on it.
Yeah.
It is just like, that would be me.
He blinks and looks to you and says, "You don't look anything like this. You don't have a cloak that you keep held up over your face, and I'm at least fairly sure you're not walking around with a staff with a skull on it."
Terry just pulls out the small, little skull emblem that's, on his cape, and then holds cape over face.
Oh, oh! She looks down at the note and says, "Still though."
Zan calls out very loudly from where he's at. Real subtle, Terry. Real subtle.
Ert's like, what's the elf doing?
More spy elf stuff, or you don't really want to know.
Fucking spy elf.
Literally just yelled out in the middle of a marketplace.
Zan forgets all about not being upset with Ert over the whole spy thing and helps Ert up and just they're commiserating over stupid spy elf stuff.
It's like, what? Who cares? The weebs?
The weebs look over and say, "Hey, if you're in spy business, we have some jobs for you."
We're not into cosplay. Go away.
All right, fine. Jeez.
And
Terry
the weebs are deleted from the map.
Literally just no longer exist in the game
Whap.
ever again.
There we go.
They're just gone.
Terry just going, yeah, I know who sent that. He's being dramatic.
The waitress scrunches her eyebrows and says, "It seems like a very odd way to do it." And she looks at the little note, and it says, "I'm sorry, I just don't understand this. Why would he send you a literal shopping list?" Terry, it is in fact a literal shopping list, except that it also has a secret code on it.
And he sits there and goes, because it's my uncle.
Oh.
Oh, I wish I was close enough to hear that.
No, you can hear that. You're Birdman.
Yeah, you're Birdman. You got
Attorney at law.
Do I hear that?
Yes, you do.
Okay. Zan stores that away in his brain.
You tell Ert. You tell Ert immediately.
Do I tell? Oh yeah, Zan might actually just he hears the word uncle. He's like, uncle out loud, and then is like, oh shoot, wait.
Wait, the cat is his uncle?
Yes, or yes, the cat is. That's how elves are made, actually.
Fucking elves.
They're just shaved cat people.
Pretty much. I mean, as far as Ert knows.
That explains so much.
As far as Ert knows. You're welcome, Terry.
All right. So,
Terry's gonna wake up to a saucer of milk outside his tent.
yes. Oh boy.
Yeah, no, Terry it's my uncle. He thinks it's funny.
The waitress seems to accept this and says, "Well, I've got to get back to tending my little establishment, if that's okay.
Yes, of course. Here, he's gonna tip her.
She looks relieved because she was about to ask you because the note said that she should be paid.
And just Terry understands. He just he knew it right away. It's like, yeah, don't worry. Here, take this. You have a good day.
She heads off with a smile on her face. The latest instruction, Terry, is to head outside the little marketplace, find the palm next to the oasis, and put 3 metal rods hidden around its trunk.
Terry mumbling and just like, what the hell kind of goose chase do you have me on, Uncle?
Or it's like, really, Uncle?
Yeah, uncle. That's what I heard.
Meanwhile, Terry, while he's musing over this, is roughly shoved out of the way as the barbarian steps through.
Oh, what are they complaining about?
They appear to be in the middle of a long argument about how hard is it to hatch an egg, and you'd think that there would be dyes here. And then they go over to the potion cellar, but the potion cellar is frickin' busy. So they'll have to go back again and see when she's done.
And I'm guessing the druid didn't have the mushrooms they wanted.
Oh, no, they did not. They had everything else. In fact, they had a whole bunch of sunflower seeds that he bought a whole bag of before he realized that it was expensive as an arm and a leg.
Zan is just sneakily flipping them the bird as he listens to this.
The rogue notices, bristles at Zan, and steps up with a murderous expression and says, "You got something to say?"
No, I said it when I won the competition. You remember what I said? You remember? You remember? It was really witty, really funny. Yeah, you remember?
The rogue appears to be reaching for his knives.
Terry just looks back and just like, Zan, please don't tease the local populace.
They're not local. They have a guide.
Waffle raises his hand and says, "Yeah, I'm actually the guide.
You're doing a great job, Waffle.
Thank you."
I'm gonna give you 5 stars.
Oh, I do actually have a page on Gnome Chat. If you could go to that and give me a good review.
Yeah, I'll do that right now, actually.
Takes out implanted with spy listening devices clipboard.
Like Zan just calls out to Terry. Terry, can you do me a favor when we get back?
Of course.
All right, thanks.
So Ert's gonna interrupt this little pissing match, point at the rogue. Go, hey,
What?
you got used magical items?
Yeah.
Cool. We're gonna stress test some shit here.
What?
You heard the man.
I need you to go through these. And he pulls it and he just points at the orc's box of scrolls. The orc has no agency here.
William is just like, actually, and just everyone talks over him.
Yeah. Anyway, I need you to compare these, and he pulls out his runes, to these.
Oh, wait. Mm.
The rogue just squints at this and says, "This sounds like an unethical test.
The what and the who now?
This sounds like you're trying to do human testing on me."
Are you a human? Is he a human?
Ert looks at him. He looks like one of them underground elves.
Yeah, it wouldn't be human testing if you're not human.
Humanoid.
I mean, you are kind of oid. I'll give you that. You are pretty oid. That accent's really thick, by the way. Most people say odd instead of oid. But I mean, I get what you're saying.
Then roll initiative.
Okay, roll initiative. Oh, I have to click my guy. I always forget. For this, only for initiative, I have to click Zan ahead of time.
All right. Zan, you're surprised when the rogue darts forward, knife blurring in his hand, and he is going to make an attack with advantage.
Great.
And yes, you can do shield on this one.
With advantage? He gets advantage? Ooh,
Yes.
lame. Shield. 24
Okay,
AC.
your shield comes up and deflects the strike, and he immediately follows through with another attack, this one against Ert.
Oh, okay.
22 versus AC, Ert.
Ert just eats this.
Ert's dead.
Not dead. This is actually a non-lethal strike. He is actually striking with the hilts of his daggers. And so, Ert, you take a chop to the neck with a dagger, and suddenly everything goes black.
Zan looks over at Ert and looks back to the rogue. Is like, I mean, I could have done that.
And the rogue, holding a knife up menacingly towards you, which is like, skittering off the shield, is like, do not fuck with me today.
Is his turn over?
Yes, pretty much.
I attack him.
All right.
2 actions and a bonus action, yeah?
Yep.
Starting out strong, 10 to hit,
That is a miss, unsurprisingly.
17 to hit.
Miss.
Ooh. Okay, that's my first action. Second action, 2 more longsword strikes. 18 to hit.
That's on the nose. Roll again.
Okay. I'm rolling like crap right now, guys.
I know, right?
And then last attack, 17. Oh my goodness gracious.
Action to flurry of blows if you like.
Oh no, my bonus action will be flurry of blows, but I'm rolling. All those rolls were below 9. I just did just for the record. I did 5 rolls below 10 rather. 5
Yeah.
rolls below 10. How unlucky. Anyway, flurry of blows, 2 unarmed strikes. 24 to hit.
That is a hit, and it does a total of 3 damage because of a rogue's bullshit uncanny dodge.
Stunning strike.
Okay.
15 con save.
Okay, so even odds. Save.
Oh, sad. Another hit. Second hit for flurry of blows. 27 to hit.
Ooh, nice 11.
All right. Bitch damage.
Flurry
Is
of
that another
blows.
stunning strike, or are you only allowed to do one?
No,
per turn?
sorry. Another stunning strike. Yes, not flurry of blows. Another stunning strike. 15 DC. Ah, he's stunned.
Except that when you think that he should be stunned, he suddenly vanishes. And the barbarian is just like, oh, come on! And he starts berating the absentee rogue for being a goddamn pansy who can't take a punch.
Ert is going to throw up on his shoes.
On the barbarian shoes.
Yes.
Right.
Well, he's barefoot, so he throws up on his feet.
All right, Ert, roll me an attack just to see if you do it. The DC is 10.
The DC is 10.
Yes.
Is it just a D20 then, or is he adding?
It's just any attack roll that you have, Ert. Ert vomits all over the shoes, the feet and legs of the barbarian. And the barbarian goes, oh, and he raises his axe as though he's about to kill Ert.
Zan steps in front of Ert and asks the barbarian, "Are you sure you want to do that in the middle of town?"
The barbarian, a muscle twitches in his face, and he's just like, "We are fucking leaving, and wherever the hell you are, you're coming with us." The Waffle's just like, "Is everything okay?" "Yeah, you just failed to trigger a trap." "Oh, sorry."
Failed to trigger a trap?
Terry wants to do a little bit of insight on this group after watching all of that and hearing everything that they're complaining about.
All right, roll that insight.
Damn it.
Terry!
Can Toad roll an insight?
You know what? Yeah.
Zan, roll an insight while you're at it.
I'm rolling an insight too?
You might as well.
DM?
I will allow it. Why not?
Okay.
Good job, Toad.
If you're conscious, you might as well roll.
Says the unconscious Earth.
Yes.
24.
Okay.
Like, if everyone failed, I would ask the DM to start rolling for the NPCs.
All right. Toad and Zan. Man, Terry is subtle. He's found a really clever way of fucking with these people. Like, it occurs to you that there doesn't seem to be any way that someone could know exactly where to go and what to do to make their lives miserable, and yet Terry is somehow managing it. It's amazing.
Zan looks over to Terry and says, "Your uncle's kind of a prick."
I think the best way to explain this is, how to put it?
Terry blinks for a second and just, oh, yes. You think he has something to do behind all their anger?
I mean, they're upset at literally everything you got asked to do by your super secret spy BS.
Well then, I guess I should hurry on to the next step.
I mean, I don't like them, so go for it. Make them angry. It's fun.
Terry looks at the little paper and he goes, "Well, if you want to help me out, I need to get to a palm tree on the outskirts of town."
Zan will fly up and try to spot the palm tree.
Dan spots it easily. It is rather prominent, and it appears to be a feature of the town. Like, something that people come to see.
Zan will fly back down to Terry and guide him over to.
Yep, take us to it.
Okay. You are taken to it, which is, off screen somewhere. So I'll just, scoot you on up here. Terry still holding the bottles. Sorry,
Yep.
Toad's still holding the bottles. All right. And so, Terry, you find the palm tree with Zan's help, and you see that there is a little sign saying that local legends have it that this palm tree has broken many axes, and there is an actual contest for anyone who can craft a non-adamantine axe to cut down this tree. It is clearly done in the sort of style of like, yeah, try and see if you can, but don't actually do it.
All right. Terry's looking at this and goes, "Okay. Interesting that he wants me to set up something on a tourist trap, but all right." He will grab 3 iron rods and, metal stakes, and try to hide them on the tree.
Like, I imagine Terry turns to her and is like, "Hey, can I have 3 metal stakes?"
And just while he's groggily getting up, is just
And Ert's like, "What metal? I have mithril, adamantium, iron, steel,
I just
copper,
need iron.
bronze, tin."
I just need iron.
Keeps listing, seeing. Just keeps going and going and going.
Nickel.
Platinum.
What's to Zan? Just, do
Oh,
you have any
gold.
iron
Don't forget
stakes?
gold. He hands Terry a gold rod.
No, that's mine.
He pulls it back from Terry, hands it to Zan, hands Terry an iron rod.
Thank you. Just hide the 3 iron stakes in the tree.
All right. Go ahead and roll me a stealth or a sleight of hand.
I'll assist so she can roll at advantage.
Excellent.
Let's see. Oop. 24.
Did the 21 pass?
They seamlessly vanish into the bark because there are a lot of scars from people trying various shit. It's very easy to conceal them for you. You suspect that no one's going to find this until way too late.
Perfect.
Gonna ruin somebody's axe.
All right. As you are there, you notice that the backside of the little, tourist trap monument seems to have a little note stuck to it, advertising for some place in town. And, yeah, it's another secret message for Terry.
Terry will take that, and then he'll sit back and go, "You two enjoy what's going to probably happen next. I'm going to continue my list, so we stay a step ahead."
Your uncle is weird.
Terry he's not weird, he's eccentric. And then he walks off.
That means weird. That means
That means weird but rich.
yeah. That's like
So, Terry, you read the note, and you find that it is, in fact, from your uncle, as it were, and he has given you another set of instructions. This set of instructions is to go back to the potion crafter and ask her for 2 more custom potions.
Alrighty. He'll head back.
All right, and when you arrive back, take you there in just a moment. When you get back, you find that she is at a little bit of her wit's end. One of her cauldrons seems to be smoking, and when you approach, she says, "Oh, sorry, I ran into a little bit of a problem with one of the mixtures. It looks like it's going to take a little bit longer than I thought it was. Is there any way I can make it up to you?"
Actually, I've come because I just thought of 2 more, if you don't mind.
2 more. You know what? I will promise that. But with how long this is going to go on, it's probably going to take most of the night. Is that okay?
That is perfectly fine.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. What do you need?
I need something to help a friend of mine see in the darkness.
Oh, I can do that. That one's oh, but that recipe, okay. I think I can still manage that. What's the other one?
And the other one is for another friend of mine who seems to be a little hard of hearing.
Oh, a sense enhancement potion. I think I can still do that one too.
Fantastic. And take all the time you need.
All right. Oh boy. I hope nobody comes over to make another order.
Foreshadowing.
I will make it. It's like, and don't you worry, if that happens, you can ignore it and you can be stern with them. I'll make sure it's worth your while.
Oh, thank you. I am
Is
still
there a bouncer or a town guard?
uh
I think that's waffle.
uh
Those guys are going to be very surprised if that's the truth.
there are some town guards, yes, but they are not prepared to deal with high-level adventurers.
Who does the town call in case of high-level adventurers? Explain your setting.
Apple
Ghostbuster.
Patrol.
Oh, shoot. My bad.
Who's the local asshole patrol? We should have them on hand for this.
Okay, you know what? Just a moment then.
You're gonna roll your sheet of Asshole Patrol members?
No, I'm just gonna do this.
Oh, we know them.
Oh,
Didn't they give me a book that I tell all my secrets to?
No, that's the robot.
no, that's Alexander, the one that spoke for a little bit, but then everyone decided to ignore him because
No,
he can't talk very well.
Yes, and now he is once again being ignored, looming in the background, waiting for someone to start shit so that he can pummel them.
So Terry will then go and request his services, saying that he has hired Sally Rose here to make some potions. They're gonna take all day, and he just wants to make sure that no one harasses her.
Okay, Alexander will accept this duty because there have been a lot of really uppity adventurers lately, and well, they don't seem to respect him very much. He's gonna have to
That-
teach them respect.
Zen loudly says, "Yeah, tell me about it." And is like being very obviously like, definitely not me. Definitely these other scumbags, by the way. Not me.
Hey, we've just been mild inconveniences.
Looks at the guy and is like, hey, how high can you fly?
Oh boy.
Ignore
Just
him.
ignore him.
Well, in any case, so with that done, Sally gets to work on this again, and now I will have Terry roll a perception.
All right, perception check. 10.
Okay, so Terry, you're not sure where the next step of this little adventure is. It's not springing to your attention right away.
Well, my what's my passive?
Zan, just tell her where it is.
DM, am I allowed to?
I will allow you to.
Okay, Zan's going to watch Terry look around for a bit and be lost, and then after a couple minutes, he'll just kind of like nudge Terry, elbow Terry a little bit.
All right, and Zan points to a flyer that was posted on another nearby stall that appears to have something innocuous printed on it, but Zan knows better by now.
Of course.
They really should hire me for this spy stuff. That'd be great.
Yes, indeed. So, Terry heads on over and finds that it is another covert instruction, Spy Elf being Spy Elf once again. And this
Elf.
one says to head over to the local druid and make a bid on his seeing eye frog.
Great.
Seeing eye frog.
All right.
Oh man.
Terry just going, this one will be interesting. What with this?
Okay, take us over to the druid, then give me my chicken.
Well, we got to see what's going on with the palm tree on our way back.
All right.
On our way to the druid.
All right. So, just a moment, please. Just gotta.
I'm assuming we're gonna do the actual shopping off screen at this rate.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Yes.
But hey, we're having fun.
Yeah.
So, On the way to your next stop, you hear someone loudly scream, "What the fuck is happening?" from over at the from over near the oasis by the tree. And after a moment, you come back and see the barbarian holding a broken saw with a murderous expression, and he just stands by the fountain and says, "Who put fucking metal rods on that goddamn palm tree?" And meanwhile, everyone around is just like, "Why are you trying to cut it down? It's a local tourist attraction." And the barbarian then has to backpedal and say that he was just testing out a piece of new equipment. And they double down and say, "On the fucking local tree?"
Like the only tree?
Oh, God.
I
So,
like how he's getting his shit shouted at him by a pug.
yes, a very angry pug.
Don't fuck with him. That pug is level 17.
Exactly.
So's the
Yeah.
barbarian.
Are you sure you're alive, Zan?
What do you mean? What happened?
Because you said he's level 17.
Why would I be dead?
He's level 17. Kicked
Oh,
your ass.
I mean, he tried. The rogue tried.
Meanwhile, the rogue has reappeared and he's looking a little bit dazed and a lot pissed off. Anywho, hi, welcome.
Hi.
You have arrived at the local druid. Welcome, children. Can I interest you in one of my many wonderful animals? And he presents to you a list of quote unquote combat pets that are all ridiculously priced. In fact, most of them have prices that have been actively scribbled over and written to be higher multiple times.
Or just without saying anything first, hands him a feather.
He takes it and says, "Ah, I see you're a man of taste. This is from the noble and majestic battle chicken, isn't it?"
Or touches it and sends a magic through it.
All right. And it does, in fact, produce an ostrich. And the druid desperately, like, "Oh, yes, a very, very rare battle chicken."
Terry just sighs and then goes to look at the auction section.
Uh, it seems that most of this has been made in auction just because people keep making higher and higher offers for animals that aren't here just at this moment.
Ah.
For example, he actually has a listing for a battle chicken that has gotten up to 2,300 gold. There is also an offer on a seeing eye frog.
How much? I mean, it's arbitrary, but how much?
The seeing eye frog listing is at about 600 gold right now. That still occurs to you to be way too much, but well, the note said what it said.
Yep. Terry thinks for a minute, looks to Zan and goes, "How much higher should we go?"
You know how I feel about money.
Yes,
Well, you
but
have to watch out, says the druid. Someone else might come by and outbid you.
Shut the fuck up. Turns back to Terry.
Terry going, "I am sure my uncle will pay me back for everything we're doing. So, how much do you think we should go for?"
If he's gonna pay us back, and with interest, right? Because we're doing all of his crap for him.
Well, I'm doing it with my own
Ert
money.
raises a hammer behind you, Terry. Zan, you're probably gonna have to point it out.
Zan points at the hammer.
I got a lot of battle chickens,
We're not betting battle chickens.
but if battle chickens are worth more,
Oh, we trade him a battle chicken for the valid.
So we could
That's actually
so you mean bid
harder.
by putting down 2 battle chickens.
I'm
not
that's
bid,
actually
just trade that fucker.
that Ert. That was
Points at him. He's a dwarf. He gets it.
that was actually a great idea, Ert. I take back a quarter of the mean things I've done to you today.
Just a quarter.
Just a quarter. We don't want to.
Erd is sitting there evaluating which quarter he's going to deduct.
So Terry just sighs a little bit and goes, "All right, Ert, if you want to try and make this deal."
I mean, seriously, he just said the battle chicken was worth like 3 times.
Yeah, so if you want to make the deal, go
Like,
ahead.
you like battle chickens? I got a lot of battle chickens. Summon 4 of them.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
The druid, his eyes widened a little bit, but he's clearly trying to keep his cool, and he's just like, "That's a very interesting offer, sir."
Yeah, shut up. Gimme.
Oh, well, of course, we'd still have to leave it open for bidding in the near future, just in case someone comes along and offers more.
No, give it to us now.
Ert leans forward and is like, hey, I'll throw in another battle chicken.
Ert, I want you to roll me a persuasion or intimidate with advantage.
Intimidate.
Actually, no. Zan, just roll intimidate for me.
My intimidate is probably worse than yours. You probably want to roll.
Oh god, that's terrifying.
I have a -1.
How does reality account for that?
Well, so intimidation for some stupid reason is a charisma trait,
Well,
But,
apparently it's
like-
18.
but barbarian can be intimidating without having any charisma at all. I don't get it, man.
Anywho, so, you manage to impress upon him that this is a good idea, and he immediately takes the deal for 5 battle chickens, and he hands you the seeing eye toad, and, because you didn't just put a bid on this, you actually purchased it, you do have it for, the rest of the game. Congratulations, you got another Pokemon.
Oh,
Okay, Ert's gonna walk over to Toad and hand it to him.
Terry's going to take the seeing eye toad and
Where'd it go?
and just thank the man. Tell Toad that this is not food, but he can hold it if he wants.
your uncle's still paying us for this. though.
Don't eat it, Zan. Don't.
Zan,
Don't.
Zan makes a big act of holding back, but it's not because he's trying not to eat it. It's because he's trying not to punch Ert.
That's fair.
But Zan, make sure to tell Terry your uncle's still paying us, right?
He'll pay me back. I don't know if he'll pay counts 5 chickens 10,000 gold.
Yeah, 10,000 gold. That's how much we did the thing. It cost 10,000 gold.
Exactly.
All right.
Terry just sighs and just goes, "I don't know how he's going to pay us back, but we'll see."
But he will.
For the record, let's not be saying words like 10,000 gold next to a bunch of dragonkin.
All right, you fucking nerds. Here's what happens. You get the seeing eye toad, and then the man says, "For a customer of this variety, we do have a very special little promotional offer." And he pulls out a small set of pamphlets and hands one over. And it is for an absolutely ludicrous animal training program that costs hundreds of gold per hour.
Terry will politely decline, but also look at that flyer because it's obviously the next step.
It obviously is. And it tells you to go back to the potion craftswoman and commission a very specific type of potion. It is an eyesight enhancing potion.
Didn't we just go for that?
No, that was dark vision.
Actually, no.
Yeah. Terry literally did order one.
Yeah.
We already ordered that. Uh-oh.
Oh, then we can probably head over then.
Okay. So, you're going to head straight back?
Yes.
All right. And meanwhile, you hear more commotion from the lovely mercenaries who are making themselves so many friends. They are complaining bitterly about being sent on a long, boring fetch quest for dubious rewards. And they hate it. They hate it so much.
But Zan loves it. Zan loves it so much.
Terry, Toad, and Zan and Ert, you are here and you are having a wonderful time, I have no doubt. Sally is looking over to you and says, "Oh, you're back, just in time. Well, I'm not sure, but I actually finished one of my potions a little ahead of schedule."
Oh, fantastic. Which one?
It was the vision enhancing one. I hope that it actually works the way that it's intended. But well, even if it doesn't, you can just come back and ask me for another because you've been very patient with me so far.
Well, thank you so much. You're very kind.
And thank you for well giving me some business. I really thought that I wasn't going to sell anything but my grandmother's potions today, but well, this has been a big confidence boost if nothing else. It's a little scary, honestly.
And just Terry nods and she's like, I understand how that feels.
Ert just asked Zan, why is she confident?
Zan ignores her.
All right. So she hands over the potion and she says, and I'm not sure why, but everyone's been giving around flyers today. Maybe you don't want this one. After all, you've already been bombarded with enough.
I'll take it.
All right. And you find that it is, of course, the next message. Or rather, it is the previous message, just another copy of it, except that there was another part at the bottom that you didn't look at the first time.
Wow, that's convoluted as fuck.
I know, right? He has to put in safety measures just in case Terry misses a step.
You never know. Never know.
Okay, so the next, and does note that it's almost to the last step. The next step is to go over to the local blacksmith and deliver the sight enhancing potion.
All right.
Ah, Taylor Smith. Yes.
No, I don't think it's that guy.
You know
No,
what?
I think it's
am gonna
that
say
guy.
Taylor Smith.
Okay.
There's
It
only
better
one.
be Taylor Smith.
If it's not Taylor Smith, everyone riots and the DM gets ousted.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I signed up to vote for nothing.
All right.
Okay. So, Taylor Smith.
I thought it was the bird in the hat. I feel cheated.
You want it to be the bird in the hat because I can change it to the bird in the hat if you like.
Zan, do you have an opinion?
I mean, at this point,
Did everyone look at the bird in the hat and go, that is the guy?
I did not, but
Okay, then
Where-
I retract my point.
I'm actually trying to find which bird in the hat we're talking about because my
And there's only one bird that looks a bit like Zan.
the one with the different color.
No.
Oh, this one.
I thought that was who we were talking about this whole time.
You know what? I'll say that it's that one just because it won't involve us going all the way across the map again. The other Taylor
Perfect.
Smith farts out of existence.
Ha! Showed him. He was actually a tanner. No one knows what a tanner does.
His name was Tanner Miller.
And then, someone says, Ert, didn't you, weren't you looking for someone who could give you a bunch of leather?
You want to know now?
And then again,
Terry looks at Ert just like a tanner prepares leather.
My skull has a Z carved in it.
It does. It does. Property of Zan.
This is why we can't take him anywhere.
Property of Zan.
boom. All right. So,
Come on, Birdman, turn around, talk to us.
the Birdman turns around and says, "Oh, are you looking to get some smithing done tonight?"
Just Terry, yes, actually. Also, I was informed that you needed this, and holds out the potion.
He thinks for a moment and says, well, I don't really like asking for help with it. It's not a problem, is it?
Tell you what, if you don't like being given things for free, how about in return you do something for us?
Well, what kind of thing?
Dan proceeds to pull out an absolute metric fuck ton of dragon leather, and also some dragon fangs and claws.
He takes a look at them and says, I could definitely do something with that. Just give me the measurements of whoever's supposed to be wearing it. Like, I know that there's sizing runes and whatnot, but I pride myself on making things to size for the person who wants them.
Terry, that would be me.
DM, how did we have enough leather for just one person, for multiple people?
You would have enough leather for 2 people.
2 people.
2 people.
Monk no wear armor, so that'd be Terry and Ert, yeah?
No, Terry and one of the CRT.
Ert's not gonna wear dragon leather armor?
No. It's made of animals.
And then we also wanted to use a couple of scraps for Toad.
And then the blade would be made into a blade. Or the bone would be made into a blade for Zan, if that's all right.
Yeah, definite.
Oh boy.
If that's not
Anyhow.
all right, then you can tell me, DM.
It is all right to have multiple dragon leather outfits made for Toad, Terry, and one of the CRT.
Oh, I was talking about so not the blade. No blade.
Oh, if you want a blade as well, he can do that because that uses a different part of the dragon.
Okay, that's what I was asking about.
Sorry.
You're chill.
So we're going to need to pay, presumably, a lot for this.
Zan's blade will come out of his pocketbook. But we'll let Toad and Terry be the dragon people, and the CRT can go without because they're already getting crap. They're getting crap from me.
All right, so the man says that he is totally willing to do this as a bit of a repayment thing, especially for the opportunity to work with some dragon leather. In fact, if you can promise him all the scraps, he'll even do it for a reduced cost. So you guys are going to get a hell of a discount on this if you take him up on that offer.
Zan's down. How's the other two feeling?
Yep.
I'm okay with this.
All right. And the man says, all right, thanks. This really is embarrassing to talk about, but I guess I got sensitive eyes and my forge is just kind of putting out a lot of smoke lately, so just been a bit irritated. I hope this will help. And, well, you know what? I won't promise it today. I'm going to put it on a log and I'm going to make sure that it gets to you, okay?
Sounds great. Also, you're a bird, so your eyesight's really good, so your eyes are really sensitive. So working in smoke, really not great. Take it from another bird person, just saying.
Yeah, well, that's why I like being a tailor more than I like being a smith.
You should offer him the sunglasses, Zan. It's the least you could do. It's for dragon armor.
Sunglasses for smoke protection. Huh?
Terry just thinks for a second and remembers that this potion was meant for people with dark vision. Well, to give people dark vision.
The plot makes no sense.
Well, even so, it might still work. So, are you going to give it to him and allow him to do his thing?
Yeah. Does he get anything about what the next step is?
Yes, you do, because carved into one of the pillars is a little bit of graffiti that says basically wait around and watch.
Wait and see.
Okay then.
All right. So, with that, you just start talking amongst yourselves, doing your thing, talking to the dye merchant, talking to Sally Rose, and then you witness as the absolutely at the end of their rope adventuring party storms on up and says, "All right, screw it." Taylor Smith is just like, sorry, I can't. He's obviously like, a bit unbalanced, kind of woozy. The adventurers are just like obviously not having any of it. And the barbarian says, "No, we're done with this shit. We've gone through a whole bunch of steps. In fact, I'm going to tell you about all the fucking steps we just went through. We got a fucking quest from this old Blacksmith telling us that he could craft us this wonderful sword, except that, unfortunately, it broke in record time. He says he can recraft it, but it was going to require a couple of steps. He gives us a fucking chicken egg and tells us to hatch it and sell it to one of the local druids, but we can't hatch it because we don't have an incubator, and even so, they only take these special blue chickens because normal ones just aren't, good enough. And anyway, then we finally buy with our own money from the druid an axe that's supposedly so great that it can cut down anything. We have to prove it first. We take it over to the local palm tree to try it out, except that the axe fucking breaks because someone put metal rods in it. Oh my god. And then there was the whole thing with a mushroom. We went over to the fucking mycologist or herbalist or whatever, and he didn't have any fucking mushrooms left. Or at least not any ones that actually had alchemical properties, just things that made you high. Ugh, we were supposed to turn it into medicine, and then we couldn't because that bitch over there, and he points directly to Sally Rose, is booked for a fucking week apparently. Ugh, but then We try to get something, at least an alchemical formula that we could use to create the potion that we wanted to make. But she's still busy for fucking weeks. She didn't seem that busy before, but apparently she really was. And then, after all that, we finally get a tip that one of the ingredients is going to be a fucking seeing eye toad, whatever the hell that is. And so we go and try and get the seeing eye toad, and someone's outbid us on it. They just bought it. They didn't even go through the bidding process. Oh my god. And then, after all that, we say, screw it. We're just going to get the weapon repaired right here and right now by you. You're going to repair this weapon right now. I don't care how much we have to pay you for it. And Taylor Smith just says, he holds up a finger and says, and he looks a bit sheepish and he says, I took a sight enhancing potion, but it doesn't seem to have worked, and I can't see very well at all right now. And the barbarian looks like he's about to burst a blood vessel.
Zan will call over the asshole patrol guy from earlier just in case something happens.
I almost feel bad for these guys. This is stuff we're overhearing, right?
Yeah, this is all stuff that you're overhearing.
Zan will just wave to him and point. He won't say anything.
Harry's gonna sigh for a bit and rub his face and go, why did my uncle choose them?
What do you think?
Because they're assholes, probably.
Oh boy.
Like the bad
Wait,
kind of
Ert just had
assholes.
this giant epiphany about the concept of the asshole patrol.
Harry's just sitting there like, no. That's not my uncle's style.
Oh boy.
Is your uncle a fox?
I mean,
just-
the ears.
Oh boy.
So Terry, is your uncle a fox?
Just Harry, you know, uncles don't have to be blood related, right?
Yeah, but is your uncle a fox? You're dodging the question, aren't you?
The answer is yes, my uncle is a fox.
What a coincidence. I hate foxes. Just kidding. Anyway.
Oh boy. So the patrol guy is making his way over. The barbarian puts a hand on the countertop for Taylor Smith, and he says, can I speak to you? Just lean in a little bit so you can see, okay? And Taylor Smith is just like, I don't know if I want to do that. And the barbarian says, just work with me for a moment. And he leans in, and the barbarian reaches out and grabs him by the collar, at which point Alexander strikes.
He's a rogue, if I remember right.
Yes, he is.
Zan just yells out, get fucked, as Alexander attacks.
Alexander misses the sneak attack, and the
He gets
barbarian
advantage.
whirls around, axe raised, and is just like, I have not had a good day! And Alexander just cheerfully, charmingly gives him the finger. And Smith is, backing away a little bit. The rogue is sizing up Alexander. Two seem fairly confident that they can take on a member of the patrol. But Alexander seems supremely unworried. Meanwhile, Waffle is just like, I don't think you attack patrollers. I don't think that's a good thing to do. They're supposed to keep people safe.
You're very smart, Waffle.
Thank you.
Like, should Ert looks up to Terry and should we do something?
Zan just says, watch and enjoy.
And just Terry goes, I guess I should.
Oh, come on. You tell me to not get involved so many times, and the one time I say, let's not get involved, you're getting involved. Okay, I see how it is.
It's a family matter. It's a family
Terry,
matter.
Sure.
Harry, go ahead and roll me an insight.
I will roll my insight. And
Hopefully with
someone,
advantage.
I was gonna say, could someone just hit him in the back of the head?
Hit Terry in the back of the head?
Terry on the back of the head.
Yeah, Zan will do that. Sure.
Yeah, do it.
Okay.
All right, so then he gets the 12.
Okay. So, Terry.
Getting smacked in the back of the head.
So, Terry, you're not sure about this. Maybe you should intervene. The note didn't say anything about it. Alexander doesn't look all that worried.
He'll at least he'll have a spell ready at least. You know, the shenanigan cube.
Ert looks up at Terry and Zan and holds out Molder Earth runes. It's like, please, please, please,
Just no.
please,
No.
Zan. That'll be awesome.
No, not this time. I'm close to yes, but not this time. Not this time.
Ert is just sulking now, and it's like nobody likes me. He's
I'm not
hanging
gonna
out
do
with Toad.
shenanigan cube, but I will have something set aside just in case.
He's ignoring you. You guys can roll for initiative, or sitting over Toad.
We're just waiting.
All right. So, as you're waiting, the barbarian and the rogue are sizing Alexander up, and they move in to menace him. Waffle takes a step back. And the barbarian says, "You really don't want any of this." And Alexander says to him in sign language, which it is entirely possible that none of you understand except perhaps Terry. Alexander says that he wouldn't even dream of it. After all, if they've had such a difficult day, then who is he to step in? After all, he's not even the one assigned to security. He's just keeping watch. Terry, may roll me a perception.
Oh boy. Let me just actually get back to that. I was in the middle of the spellbook page.
Zan pulls out a little pocket full of popcorn scorpion chicken.
There we go. Perception. 18.
You know, at this point, Zan should always roll perception when Terry rolls it. Like, what is Terry looking at now?
Just tracks his eyes. But you know popcorn chicken. He's eating popcorn scorpion right now while watching this.
Fair enough.
I
Dude.
could go for a popcorn scorpion right now.
Okay. So, Terry and Zan, you see that just out of sight, there's something coming up through the paving stones. It looks like some sort of grayish goo, but it
Ew.
seems to be rapidly forming into something.
Oh God, it's nanomachines.
Nanomachine, son.
Oh boy. So, do you want to act on this, or do you just want to wait and see?
Zan wants to wait and see.
Yeah.
Ert is trying to figure out what potions are in these.
We're just keeping an eye on Taylor Smith. After all we have to do is protect him. That's the only real mission here.
Oh yeah, Zan will defend Taylor Smith if something happens.
Okay. Then you're watching and waiting as the two move in and they prepare to strike Alexander. And something leaps at them from behind. It's 9 feet tall and it's really fucking weird.
What the hell?
I mean, yeah, that's what you said.
It's really
is, in
fucking
fact,
weird.
Really
And,
weird.
What happens next is difficult to describe because reality seems to lose its rules.
Is this Dr. Seuss? Cat
Oh
in the
God,
Hat.
it's Dr. Seuss.
Oh, 6d10,000.
Yeah,
I see.
it is time for some wild magic, right?
Oh, I know what this is. Let me grab it. I have the thing.
Okay, so here's the first one. The rogue is convinced that he can speak directly to gods.
This changes nothing.
Oh boy.
What's the next one? 1660?
Yes.
Caster thinks that he can become invisible to undead at will.
Wild magic is fun, guys. Next one. Target's allies suspect that he belongs to a divine lineage. The rogue is now convinced that he is God.
Next
Well,
one.
that fits.
6753. Target teleports to the nearest monastery.
Bye.
Next one. 2600. Embarrassing rumors about the caster circulate far and wide.
Got him.
Last one.
All weapons within 50 yards are stuck in their sheaths.
All right.
All weapons?
All weapons.
Joke's on you, my longbow doesn't have a sheath.
Does he teleport before this?
So what happens is a very confusing sequence of events where the rogue and the barbarian try to defend themselves against some very odd attacks, including breathing fire, vomiting bees, slapping them with a rubber chicken, and then squirting water in their faces. And throughout all of
God,
this,
it's a fucking tune.
Looney Tunes. Yeah, I forgot that movie. Holy cow.
yeah. So, amidst all of this, the rogue and the barbarian are both hit with strange magical effects, and then the rogue looks like he's seen the face of God and then vanishes. And so does the barbarian after a second. And that second is spent entirely trying to remove an axe from a sword sheath.
Fascinating.
Yes.
Ert puts down the potion. He's not going to drink this.
Zan claps loudly.
Alexander gives a thumbs up and looks over to the party over there and gives another thumbs up.
Terry gives a thumbs up.
Zan gives 2 thumbs up.
I believe this was they call local theater.
Sure. Sure.
Yes, Ert. Yes.
Ert grabs just a handful of gold from Terry and throws it at him.
The weird slime cat thing looks over to you, says, thank you, and takes a bow, and then melts back into the paving stones.
That is gross.
Did he take the gold with him?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
He deserves it.
Do we apologize to the troll now?
For what?
Waffle's just like, I don't know what just happened.
It's okay, Waffle.
Neither do we.
We're not going to get an explanation either.
It's called magic, everybody.
It is called magic. In any case, with all that, you wonderful folks, you have completed this particular leg of the quest, and you have successfully thwarted these guys in their adventure to get the big Goron sword.
Oh, it was literally a flippin' crusher?
It was literally the big Goron sword quest from Legend of Zelda.
Oh my goodness. Wait,
All right.
Just Terry just going, all right, so let's see, what's the last part of this?
cobble crusher. They want a cobble crusher. Guys.
Oh boy. So, the last part of this quest, Terry finds after hunting around for a minute. There is a final flyer, and it says, after all other pieces of the adventure, and it does specify the latest one was, wait and see around, Mr. Taylor Smith. The last piece of the adventure is to go to a local bar by the name of Bruno's Big Boulder.
Right.
Okay, that makes it sound like it's a hollowed out boulder that rolls around. Zan, back me up on this.
I was picturing more of like the SpongeBob boulder, but I mean,
I am going to say that it's literally a boulder that just rolls from place to place. It's hollowed out.
It's a hamster ball.
Exactly.
it's fitting for the Goron sword.
And I'm assuming that there's a time on it too, so Terry will say, we have some time to actually do our shopping. I don't have to meet up with him for quite a while.
So, with all that, I'm going to have a brief minute to discuss some of the shopping purchases that are going to be made. So, Zan, you have found quite a few items that would in fact be useful for the CRT. And we have discussed some of them, but would you like to actually mention the things that you have your eye on?
Sure. So one thing for each of the CRT, each of the CRT members. So 4 things total. Ring. Oh, let me pull up the list. My brain turned off. Oh wait. Ring of jumping for Miss Pet.
Yes.
Zara gets some winged boots.
Now she can fly. She's the flying barbarian.
Flying barbarian with a great bow. Yes. Bairn is going to get some gloves of missile snaring because yes. And York would get a headband of intellect because he needs it.
And now York will never lose at cards ever again.
Maybe.
Yeah, we'll see. All right. So that is a bunch of stuff that Zan has purchased for himself. Terry, you have also done a little bit of shopping for yourself, right?
Yeah, so only one thing in particular, really. He found a deck of illusions.
Indeed. And so, by drawing from this deck, you can summon various illusory things, and they are all very quirky.
I thought it would be fun.
Now then, I don't believe Ert actually has his mind on anything other than, take these pieces of crystal pylons and use them to repair the capacity loss in Katie.
Look, Ert is just amazed because he has charge of another crystal.
Another crystal.
Another.
Oh no! Katie's gonna get jealous.
Oh no!
Ert just, he lost his baby crystal that he was growing in the bar, which is embarrassing because he got too drunk. It's actually quite traumatic, but he won't talk about it.
True.
But he's going to start growing a new crystal.
Oh.
Which crystal was it? Tina.
Yeah,
it was Tina. So Ert's going to start growing Tina as a new crystal.
Okay.
Also, he needs, saddles and shit, but fuck that.
Well, eventually you would actually manage to pin down a leather worker, a tanner.
Yeah, and we're probably going to go to this guy and be like, hey, can you make, 100 breastplates and 100 swords?
Oh,
so we can
God.
+1 them?
Yes, actually, because Ert is going to do some crafting projects in the near future. There are a lot of supplies that you can get a hold of here.
Ert has not slept in 3 years.
And he's not an elf, so that's not good for him.
He has a rune of not sleeping.
Oh, boy.
Did you know they made caffeinated ale? I do.
It's fucking hell, Ert. So, Terry, I have a question. Are you going to head to the meeting spot with your uncle alone or with the party?
Does the party give him a choice?
That is a good question.
It's like, where are we going now?
Just Terry, well, I have to meet my uncle.
Is your uncle a fox or a cat?
He's a fox.
Is he shaved?
No.
No, I'm not seeing it.
Why are you like this, Ert?
Does Zan give Terry a choice?
Sorry, I'm linking things. What am I giving a choice about?
Whether or not Terry gets to go alone to go say hi to his uncle.
Yes, but bring back money.
There's like, do you want to see my uncle? And Ert's like, no. Why?
Okay, so with that, I'm going to go and bring Terry over to the uncle.
Have fun RPing.
All right, so Terry, just pretend that this entire area is contained within a big boulder.
Okay.
You can use the turtle.
Yes, the turtle is now the tavern. So, with that, Terry, you head on over to this place at the specified time, and you actually see a certain set of adventurers just outside of it, still arguing about whether or not one of the rogue is God or can just talk to God.
Okay. Terry
Meanwhile,
just kind of shakes his head at that and walks in.
Inside, you can see that there is someone sitting in the back, clearly having a good time watching the two just outside argue. And he gives a little wave to you and says, "Hi, Terry."
Terry just sits down with him. And did you really have to be so gonna call it cruel to them.
He gives a grin and says, "Well, it was mostly to get out of something that I had inadvertently promised them."
Was it that? Was it the first thing you promised them that broke?
Yes, the sword. They told me that they were looking for something tremendously powerful, and I told them that I could give them a sword that could cut through anything. They immediately try it out, and it cut all right, but it broke because that was the little joke, you see.
Yes, the key.
After all that, they insisted on getting it repaired because, after all, I'd crafted it the first time, right? Well, I didn't have the skills to do that. You know how things are. And so I decided to send them on a little bit of an adventure for it.
And at the same time, you had me do a bunch of things.
Of course. I heard that you were passing through the area, and I figured, why not make one problem solve another?
Well, here's my invoice.
Yes.
He grins when you hand him the invoice and says, "And this is a business expense because I was actually here on College of Whispers duties." And he files it into a bag, and Terry knows that it is a bag that connects to a lot of other bags.
Just Terry going, of course. So, how have you been, Montgomery?
He gives a smile and says, "I feel like I've been slowing down a bit, honestly. I haven't been pranking you in quite the same way that I'm used to."
It's probably because we're not living on the same tiny island.
Well, and that's true, and you've also gotten damn clever about everything. But you were nice to indulge me.
Well, it has been a while since you've yanked my chain.
Well, true. But even as it is, you could have ducked out of it at any time, you know.
Why would I?
Because, and he taps the bag with the invoice in it, it might cost you something. You never know with me.
Just Terry, just like, yes, but I always know you repay it.
You're too trusting, Terry, my boy. Well, at least this time I repaid you with some amusement, I hope.
Only amusement?
Amusement, and also the College of Whispers paying for my tab. Drinks are on me, by the way.
Just fantastic.
You notice, Terry, that there is a drink on the bar right next to him. It looks and smells like your favorite tea.
Oh, of course he's going to take it.
All right, Terry, do you give it a sip?
He knows better, but he's gonna do it anyways.
You do it, and it is not actually salted. And Montgomery laughs and says, "And I thought I was going to get you with a double bluff." Ugh.
Terry just kind of chuckles at that and goes, well, after everything you put me through, it took all day. Why would you?
Because it would be funny.
Only funny for so long.
Oh, well. In any case, Terry, I hope that you have had a decent evening, even with all the chores and whatnot. How are things with you right now? I have been a little bit out of the loop lately.
Terry will fill him in over tea.
And Montgomery listens in and gives some news of his own. Because you see, the Empire is having a difficult time in a lot of respects. The second invasion has been launched, and things are bogging down. They've managed to secure a beachhead and even a fortress that they have been fortifying with reinforcements from the Empire's islands. And unfortunately, it looks like there's a lot of actual conflict and not just, laughable shit stomps going on.
Mm-hmm.
So things are getting rather dire over there. And because of all the casualties and because of all the ways that people are being treated, public opinion against the Empire is turning rather sour rather fast.
Yeah, he was expecting that much.
Oh no, poor invading army.
Terry just like, how How upset would you be if I told you that I was the reason why Asshole Patrol knew the second invasion was coming?
He gives a small smile and he says, I would be disappointed if you hadn't done something of that nature. But I'm not warning you about this just so that you can get a sense of satisfaction from having done your job quite well. I'm warning you of this because there are people who have lost friends and family who are going to search for people that they can take it out on.
I understand.
On that note, I do want to give you a good piece of news in all this. So, you know your home island and how upset you got when you were roped into this whole business.
Yes, and how I haven't been able to figure out how they've been since I've been stuck here.
Well, that is something that I actually have a little bit of word on. And he pulls something out of his pocket and says, Speak of this to nobody. And he hands it over to you. It appears to be some sort of mechanical device. It looks like a phone of some variety.
Meanwhile, Zan and Ert are just like cheeks pressed against the window watching this whole thing.
Because
Hey, Ert, did you hear? He just mouthed, don't speak of this to anybody. Zan's just reading lips out loud to Ert.
Oh boy.
I don't know if I actually can do that, but it'd be funny.
Oh boy. So, Terry, you take it?
Yes.
All right. And he says, This is going to be a direct line back to them. If you have any contacts that could be leveraged for a bit of support, your island is currently looking for a couple of ways that it might leave the Empire's control. Now, I won't say that this is the best idea, because things could still go catastrophically wrong, especially if the Empire feels an existential threat to itself. But it is an avenue, and you could pursue it. If you have some people that you have hooks on the mainland, you could make arrangements for some people from your island to make their way here. But, again, this is something that's going to come with a lot of trade-offs. And so you need to think for yourself what is the best option and how to pursue it. And in this, he holds up a finger, I am not going to act as your mentor. This is going to be all your choices.
Ert, Gary's getting into some heavy shit.
Carrie nods. And just, I understand. And thank you.
He gives a nod and says, Now, on a different note, the College of Whispers has recently run into something of an upset. And he tenses his fingers and says, Are you aware that the College of Whispers was looking to find a way to use this sort of souls into magic energy technology in order to put itself forward?
Just, I only had an inkling I believe they did ask me once about it, but I gave them almost nothing.
Indeed. And so they had almost nothing when suddenly the secret, he gestures over towards William's stand, suddenly broke. It appears that rumors have been flying around at some sort of magical tavern, and now every spellcaster that can get their hands on some crystal is trying to reverse engineer the technology.
Yes, I am aware of that.
Well, this is something that the College of Whispers is displeased about, you could say, because they were planning on having a monopoly on this, and then suddenly it's public knowledge. But the College of Whispers is a flexible thing and is going to try and manipulate things to its advantage. You are going to be called in for another consultation, I suspect soon. And I would tell you, personally, do not assume that the College of Whispers has your best interests at heart, and do not assume that you can be free with your secrets.
Harry blinks a minute and goes, so at one point they did have my best interests at heart?
He barks a laugh and says, Fair point. You've learned well. I apologize. It's just been so long. I just got back into a teaching mode. Oh, I suppose that's just old age catching up with me.
You were very clear about what I was getting into when I started all of this.
I'm glad to see that you haven't forgotten. Some of my proteges have let their guard down and suffered for it.
I think I might have run into one of them.
Indeed. Well, That is more or less it, unless you'd like to spend the night whiling away time and drinking and having a bit of fun.
It'd be nice to get away from Ert.
Ooh, you're going to leave him unsupervised.
Looks to the left. Ert's cheeks right against the window.
Oh, he's not left unsupervised. Zan is with him.
No. You don't want to see what Ert's doing. Continue.
Zan is with him. He's not left unsupervised.
Oh, no, he's not. He's entirely unsupervised.
I'm not with you?
You haven't been watching me, have you?
I mean, I've probably been just watching the exchange between Terry and Uncle from afar.
Then you've missed Waffle.
Oh no.
Go forth
Lug
Oh, no.
Funk 2.0!
Oh no.
and harvest the souls of everyone within a 500-meter radius.
Yeah, Alexander might have a couple of words to say about this.
Yeah. He's not Ert's still not unsupervised. Alexander's watching him.
Yeah. But we'll get back to that in a bit. So,
Yeah, that's it. Ert's done.
Ert's done. He's completely done. He's not doing anything else.
Sounds like it.
Well,
Encore.
encore indeed. You giant nerdises. Terry, you are left with an evening where you can actually relax and speak to someone frankly, if you would like.
Yes. But also, what about the other item?
The other item, as in your wonderful new thing, your mentor has a little bit of a present for you after the night is done and you're about to head home. It is a little arm brace.
Ooh.
And so, when you take a look at this arm brace and try to figure out what it is, he tells you that there's something very amusing about it. Originally, it was a craftsman trying to recreate the gauntlets of ogre power, but they seem to have made a few modifications, and he trusts that you'll figure out how it works.
Harry nods. I'm sure I can find use for this.
All right. And so Terry gets another magical item. This magic item, when activated, and it can be activated 3 times per day, it makes Terry's strength jump up to 30 for 2 rounds.
What? Terry strong. Skinny boy strong.
Wait. So, how long does this last? Can we just have Terry carry the turtle back to camp?
It lasts 2 rounds per activation, and it can be activated 3 times per day.
So that is 12 times 3 is 36 seconds.
That is not enough to carry the turtle back to camp. Terry is useless.
Yeah, honestly, Terry's just the most useless character in the party. Let's be honest.
Terry spends the rest of the night cheating at arm wrestling.
I mean, Terry could do that if he likes.
Terry, go outside the bar and challenge the barbarian to arm wrestling. You got this.
No. No.
God damn it! If only Ert was there to do something stupid.
Oh boy.
Hand over to Ert, inserting crystals into trolls.
Yeah, the whole night for Terry though was just catching up with his mentor.
Indeed.
You
And it
think
was
that's
an
important? While you were doing that, Ert has created a new race of trolls.
No, you have not. So, we already went over Zan's particular activities.
Yep.
But now, we return to Ert, and Ert is being informed by Alexander that you are not going to be allowed in order to strap untested crystal things to random trolls. That is not what's going to happen.
I mean, I got like -6 HP here, so I can't really argue.
You are correct in that you cannot really argue. Oh boy.
Ert just staring at him is like, okay, I'll just gather up my archaeotech and go.
My archaeotech.
Why would you describe it as archaeotech?
Because he's Adeptus Mechanicus. just
Because it's
deal with it.
archaic. Duh.
Fuck
Praise the
you.
Messiah.
Praise the
Anyway,
Messiah.
Ert just grabbing up his crystal shit and going, like, no one understands science.
Including Ert.
No one understands your approach to science, that's true. In any case,
Waffle was going to be the most powerful troll ever. He was going to be the Lord of the Crystal Trolls.
Now, unfortunately, I am put in a situation where I have to stat out the seeing eye toad now. I have to determine what it does.
I mean, I think I know exactly what it does. It gives us advantage on perception checks.
Oh, I was gonna say it scries, but
No, advantage on perception.
Oh boy. You know, that's partially what I was thinking, but I wanted it to be a little bit more unique than that.
let's give it to if it does that, we'll give it to flippin' what's his bucket, the blind fox.
What's his bucket?
No, literally, let's just give it to what's his bucket?
Snowblind.
Snowblind.
That one.
I have to remember the names of like 100 different people as part of my job. I ain't got time to remember names of D&D characters, especially ones that I'm supposed to have killed before. I mean, what?
Snowblind is a child. You fucking oh my god.
Well, so's the toad, so they'll get along just fine. Snowblind, we got you a seeing eye toad.
Definitely doesn't have a bomb inside of.
No, not toad. This toad. Like a frog. This one. We're holding it out. Please grab it.
Oh boy. And so we are going to end things off there with apparently Snowblind getting a new seeing eye toad. And with that, we end off our 13th session of Regiment on the Run. I hope that you enjoyed all the hot nonsense.
So
Always.
hot. So hot.
It was
So
the
hot.
hottest. Take care, everyone, and be well.
Poor Tina. She would have been the
Bye-bye.
prettiest princess.
Fuck you.